24/7.
Well, what things to do is to chestnut. So,
we did it again.
What is up? What is up?
Reliable network by RootMetrics. And our customers rated us #1 for network quality in America, according to J.D. Power. #1 in reliability 16 times in a row. Most awarded for network quality 27 times in a row. Proving once again that nobody builds networks like Verizon. That's why we're building 5G right. That's why there's only one best network. The official 5G network of the NFL.
There's a new team in the NFL. One that plays to home. Everyone's home. Whether you're a rookie or a seasoned pro, this team has your back.
What is up,
We
guys?
can help you tackle any project.
Trying to started my Facebook page today. I'm having some trouble.
Beyond.
Are you in?
Try out the Lowe's home team today.
Wow, it really turned out great.
Yeah, and with the money we saved with Navy Federal Credit Union, it was practically free.
You know, I can't imagine where we'd be without them.
Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
This Saturday, while you watch the game, we're watching the grill. Order through the Jersey Mike's app for free Saturday delivery, unless you're going to miss seeing this. Introducing free Saturday delivery. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Here we go.
I'm no stranger to competing
I
on
think I
Sunday
got
night.
it now.
And now you can get in on the action. With Sunday Night 7 in the NBC.
Well, it's gonna be Cooper Rush tonight,
What
guys.
will happen on Sunday Night Football for a chance to win up to $100,000? It's free.
I was pretty adamant
NBC Sports app now, and you
in
the
the
next big win.
You find the Twin Cities settling in for Sunday Night Football, the Cowboys and the Vikings. Dallas 5-1.
I was pretty adamant earlier this week when I did my pregame video. Everybody was talking about Dak might be out, it might be Cooper Rush. I was pretty adamant that Dak was going to go. It must be worse than a lot of people think, and they're just trying to play it safe. You know, against the Vikings, we're going to need him down the stretch. So, but it's not, you know, everybody's saying, you know, this would have been a hard game for Dallas to win, even if Dak played. I think we would have. I'm not saying we would have got beat, but there's a lot of people that will look at past this game, even when we thought Dak was playing. The Vikings are not a bad football team. They've lost 3 games by combined 11 points, 3 to the Bengals, 1 to Arizona, and 7 to
Sacks, turnovers, and just making enough plays on offense to win.
the Browns. All 3 of those teams are most likely going to be in the playoffs. If one doesn't, it'll probably be the Browns. But the Bengals and Arizona are most definitely going to be there. Kirk Cousins is having himself a good year. He's got 16 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions out of his last 16 games. He's got 37 touchdowns, 5 picks, and 4,500 yards. So they got you know, Thielen and Justin Jefferson. Not to mention Dalvin Cook. That offense is it has a tendency. It could be almost as potent as ours. So there's a lot of people that were just looking past this game, like they just see the record, like, oh, 3-3, we're gonna smash them. But like I said, it was if you pay attention to football, the way that the games were played and the way that these games have played out and the way that they've been playing offensively, this would have been a challenge, even if Dak played. Like, I still think we would have won the game. I don't think we would have got beat. But
2 late turnovers that really cost them.
And they set up Randy both for the game winner. Tennessee 6-2. Best record in the AFC. They lead the South 5-3. That's the best of week game. Brought to you by Verizon, the official 5G network of the NFL. Let's spin to our Sunday night game. Dallas and Minnesota. Your team.
Yeah, backup quarterback Cooper Rush, but I think he is going to be effective tonight. Minnesota's going to have to bring those safeties up to stop the running game. I think he's going to get some one-on-one shots.
Yeah. Cousins has played against the Dallas Cowboys now 3 years in a row. I think he's familiar with this team and this defense. He loves his weapons. He's got a healthy Dalvin Cook. I look for him to have a big night.
Perhaps that's a lean that Drew's going to pick Minnesota. We'll find out from everybody right now. Home team picks coming up. Brought to you by Lotus. Jack Collinsworth. Get us going, bud.
I like that little tease right there. We got to look into what Drew was taking. 63% of the country. 63% is on Dallas. We got some Cooper Rush.
All right, y'all.
Out there looks like, I don't believe it, though. If Dalvin Cook got healthy, this started to feel like what Minnesota's offense should look like. I'm on the Vikings.
Yeah, I'm on the Vikings, too. No Dak Prescott. I love their defense. The Vikings defense, Daniil Hunter. Eric Kendricks is the guy that the best linebacker nobody talks about. And Harrison Smith is still playing at a high level.
Like, Florida, who do you like?
Well, Sins and I made our picks on Thursday, and we took the Cowboys with the asterisk. If Dak Prescott doesn't play, we can change our minds. So I am not going to change my mind. If Mike White can do it, Cooper Rush can do it. I'm sticking with the Cowboys.
Oh, sticking with the Cowboys.
Crazy things have been happening today, so I'm rolling with the Dakless Cowboys.
Oh, you're going with the no names.
I am.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm not. I'm going with Kirk Cousins and the guy I know here. I'm going in the Vikings with a close one. Going with the Vikings.
I will go with the Vikings. Even though Dallas at 5-1 is one of the 4 teams left with one loss in the NFL.
Well, I think the injury to Dak Prescott will cause Mike McCarthy to go lean more on the running game, and that's a good thing. Minnesota is very.
That's exactly what we need to do.
I'm going with the Cowboys.
We don't need to see Cooper Rush out there slinging the rock all over the yard 45 times.
We don't have a Gallimore here to get it going, but Chris Sims, thank you very much for that. Yeah, either we're going to call the fire department. There was Bob here. Have we told you it's Halloween yet? Those are tonight's home team picks brought to you by Lowe's. Are you done, guys? Enough of this. Let's go. We're set in Minnesota. The Cowboys without Dak Prescott.
It's been a long time without Cowboys football.
The Vikings hoping to climb above 500 for the first time this season. We're going to get into somebody's candy and enjoy the first half. As Al, Chris, and Michelle have the call, Carrie Underwood gets us going. Enjoy Halloween night and Sunday Night Football.
I was talking to somebody on Facebook, Bones, and I told him that normally Dak being out, Cooper Rush get the start. I would be really iffy about tonight, but not even iffy. Like, I would just come out and say, like, yeah, we're going to get killed. I have almost like a strange confidence going into this game. Like, you have a confidence, and even as you're feeling it, you have it in your mind that there's no reason why I should be confident going into this game, given the circumstances. But the way that this year has gone, every time that somebody has went down or been taken out, suspended, or whatever, be it Lyle Collins or Zach Martin, or and I know those guys aren't Dak. Michael Gallup, plethora of guys on the defense, 6-7 guys on our defensive line rotation at some point throughout the year. The people that have stepped in and filled in for them have done really well, all of them across the board. I can't think of a single person that has come in to fill the role that wasn't supposed to be theirs, that they didn't just completely over-deliver. So I feel the way that the rest of this year has gone, I feel probably better than I probably should. I'll put it that way. About Cooper Rush.
Say hello, man. Turn your car right now into a good dream.
I drop off and pick up my kids from school, so I can't work early or late. And I need to make enough to make it worthwhile.
I can only work 2 days a week, and they can't interfere with my other job.
I can do full-time, just not daytime. And I need benefits. Good ones.
And it'd be nice if you paid for my tuition. Like all of it.
It's finally here. Lazy Boy is getting ready for our biggest sale of the year. It's Markdown Madness. For a limited time only, save up to 50% on closeouts, overstocks, floor samples, and more. Lazy Boy. Live life comfortably. The Sunday Night Anthem, delivered by Uber Eats.
Here comes Carrie Underwood. Just getting my link posted to Facebook really quick. All right, game time.
It's Halloween night in Minneapolis.
We're either going to see a miracle or we're going to get killed. Either way, we're going to learn a lot about this team tonight. Because if you can go in there and be a team like this with your backup quarterback, that says a lot about the intestinal fortitude and the culture of this team. Yeah, Dak's not even dressed. He was never going to play. They probably known for a while that he wasn't going to play.
Will make the first start of his career as the Cowboys beat the Vikings on Sunday Night Football. Now, Michael's Chris Down.
You got this, Cooper.
Cowboys are rolling. They've won 5 straight. They have the best offense, #1 in the National Football League. And that's with Dak. Without him, who knows? We're about to find out. Meanwhile, the Vikings started the season with 2 losses. Now they won 3 out of 4. Kirk Cousins has been very sharp, and this is a team that appears to be putting everything together right about now. Chris, Cooper Rush has been in the league since 2017. He's thrown 3 passes in his entire career. What are we going to get tonight?
You know, the Cowboys are just so talented on the offensive side of the ball. The Cooper Rush really just has to play 3-meter out there, distribute the football to these great playmakers. Don't make any big mistakes. I know that's
all right, Al.
said than done.
Chris, not that I don't like you guys, but
football in a very long time.
need to get this game started. It's been 2 weeks without Dallas Cowboys football. Finally got Texas Longhorns football back, and we collapsed in the second half again.
The way their games have gone. What's your take on this team at the end of October?
I think the Vikings are better than their 3-3 record. You know, Kirk Cousins, 37 touchdown passes, just 5 interceptions over his last 16 games. But I think the big story is how much they've improved on the defensive side of the ball. They really were a mess a season ago. They're tied right now for the league in sacks, and they're going to be after Cooper Rush tonight.
Happy Halloween. Settle back for Mystery Theater on Sunday Night Football.
Thought it'd be the last commercial.
Sunday Night Football is brought to you by.
What you think, man? Is Cowboys gonna win?
Plug-in hybrid EVs. Owned by Untitled. Shirts designed to be.
Menchez said Cooper Rush is going to throw for 8 touchdowns, 600 yards.
Hey there, you get some gas? I just using your squeegee.
70 out of 71.
Comes with gas.
Squeegee isn't free.
Oh, that's free with gas.
Yeah, but it's a plug-in hybrid. I don't need gas.
Well, no gas in the squeegee.
No gas, no squeegee.
No gas, no squeegee.
No gas, no squeegee.
If you can get a team that they lose their quarterback and they rally around that loss and they just dig in and fight and just find a way to win the game for that down player, that says a lot about the culture and the type of team that you have. So we'll see what happens. I'm not saying that we don't have a culture if we don't win. Obviously, it was going to be hard even with that, like I said. But we're going to learn a lot about this team if they're able to rally around Dak and go out and win this game for him. Because Dak deserves to be still playing on a winning streak if he comes back. Whenever that is. Hopefully next week.
infections, and lower your ability.
If you watch my pregame video, I was pretty adamant that he was going to play tonight.
Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, such as fevers, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or coughs, or if you plan
But it's starting to become apparent that they probably know more than they're letting on. Like I said, Dak wasn't even dressed. He was never gonna play. They've known for a while that he wasn't gonna play.
Yeah, I suppose that's fun if you have.
So
See more people live beyond it, yes.
Well, sitting on homeowners insurance with Geico's help was pretty fun too.
That's how it goes.
They left a ton of stuff up there.
Kyle Busch got second place today in the NASCAR playoffs race at Martinsville. Finished 3 points below the cut line.
Enjoy your house.
So he will not be at.
Geico could help you save.
He'll be in Phoenix, but he won't be racing for a championship.
Tonight, you'll be seeing the game like never before with the Walmart Plus 4K SkyCam. Walmart Plus members get first dibs to shop the hottest online Black Friday deals 4 hours early.
All right.
NBC Sports, home of Super Bowl 56,
Here we go.
welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
You could say it's the rest of the league's worst nightmare. Everyone was hoping they'd never have to worry about them again. And who was really thinking this was the year they'd be back? But this time around, it somehow feels scarier. Every play leaves you petrified. And they keep coming and coming, just ripping through everyone standing in their way. Sure, you could try to fight back.
They got a lot of guts.
Maybe even knock them
Still
down.
showing that ad, knowing Dak's not going to be
I
playing.
know these types. They'll keep haunting your nightmares forever. The Cowboys are back.
October.
If we find a way to win tonight with Cooper Rush, it's going to look a lot like it
Down to the field we go, and Michelle.
Well, Mike McCarthy told us last night that playing Dak Prescott in this game could risk further injury to his right calf. But still, he said no decision would be made until they put Dak through a pregame workout to see how that calf was feeling. Now, was that gamesmanship? One can guess. But Dak's workout tonight looked very similar to his usual pregame routine, and he showed no signs of discomfort or favoring that right calf. However, as you said, Al, he was ruled out. So Cooper Rush will make his first NFL start since entering the league in 2017. Rush took all the first-team reps in practice this week, and McCarthy
You got it,
said
Seor.
he's able to run the offense.
Go out there, be confident, believe in yourself,
Rush told me
believe in your guys around you.
this team, whether he's on the field or not. And
This was a big question in the offseason and going on through the preseason is backup quarterback. I personally felt like Garrett Gilbert did enough to win the job.
They can make it look
We shipped him.
inside.
He got picked up by New England.
Skull chant, and of course the blowing of the Gallahorn,
So
part of the pregame ceremony.
we'll see if Cooper Rush can make
at US Bank Stadium.
make believers out of some folks.
Went into the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Giants defense tied for the league lead in sacks, so
He gets the honors tonight.
we're asking our offensive line a lot.
Cowboys won the toss, defer. That means we'll have to wait a little while before we see Cooper Rush. Zerline will kick off.
Cooper Rush doesn't need to be a hero. All he has to do is be a game manager, lead on the run game, throw it when you have to, complete your passes. We can win this game.
Out of Iowa State, first time that he has played in an NFL game.
But
Full house looking on, temperature in the 40s outside.
history doesn't favor the Cowboys too well when it comes to backup quarterbacks.
And off we go.
You go on down the list, Brandon Weed.
Touchback, and let's take a look at the Vikings offense.
Kirk Cousins, Michigan State. Dalvin Cook, Miami Central Hospital. C.J. Ham, Augustana. Justin Jefferson, LSU. Adam Thielen, Minnesota State.
We brought Matt Castle in here.
Kristen Dersall, Virginia Tech.
We thought he was going to be the one to save that season, and let's just say he didn't do that. Right defense, let's go. We're going to need you tonight. Our offense might be a little bit slowed down. We gonna need some stops. We're gonna need some takeaways.
8 yards deep. Cousins rolling.
That's a hold.
Play fake.
No flag, but that was a hold. Should have been a flag.
Micah Parsons, the great-looking rookie out of Penn State, makes the stop. Kirk Cousins, outstanding season. 13.
I want to see Kirk Cousins on the ground. Let's go.
Pass rating about 10 points above the league average. And playing over the past 16 games, we're just talking about it. As well, maybe as at any point in his career, which began back in 2000.
Don't let him hold you like that, Gregory. Bust through him.
Sam is the fullback.
There's the first run of the game. All right. That's Osa and Micah, and I didn't see who else was in there on that run stop. Good.
Osa, Dickinson, UCLA. Carlos Watkins.
Cat in here.
Brandon Gregory, Nebraska. Micah Parsons, Penn State.
Thought I saw a cat walking behind my stand.
Boise State. Anthony Brown, Purdue. Jaron Curse, Clemson. DeMonte Casey, San Diego State. Trayvon Diggs, Bama. Diggs with 7 interceptions.
All right, defense, stand up. Stand up.
Last year, much better.
It's 3rd and 2, so look out for that draw.
3rd down, short 2.
They're passing it.
Cousins in the pocket. Deep down the
Oh my God, he got that. Come on, Curse. Come on, man. You can't get beat over the top like that. Oh, we got a flag.
And we'll get the call from the referee, who is Scott Novak, who tells us.
Prior to the pass, holding. Defense from the 27.
31-yard gain.
Didn't I just get done telling y'all we're going to need y'all tonight? Our offense is going to be slowed down. Let's go.
Who is the specialist on the outside, covering the tight end.
Step it up.
This time, Conklin, who has gone up and played so well in the absence of Herb Smith, who, of course, out with the injury, but that is some way to start here for Kirk Cousins and the Vikings.
See, well, Cooper Rush looking for the other sideline. Conklin was one of his receivers when they played together at Central Michigan.
Come on, defense.
From the 36-yard line.
Screen.
Here to Justin Jefferson. In his second year, tremendous rookie season. Curse makes the tackle there. Mike Zimmer has been here since 2014. Funny thing, every odd year he does really well. Every even year they don't make the playoffs. So it's 2021. Things should set up nicely for him. And Mike McCarthy now in his second season as the Dallas head coach after several years with the Packers. 2nd down and 7. Flip it to Jefferson. Looks down.
Trying to throw.
Can he get it away? He does. And it's incomplete.
That never had any chance of going anywhere.
But he gets it away to avoid the loss.
All right, 3rd and 7.
Receiver. 3rd and 7 upcoming.
3rd and 7 is a little bit more favorable for defense than 3rd and 2. I get it. 3rd and 2, you got to worry about the run.
There's just nothing there. Thielen was
0 chance of them running this ball right now. So got to find a way to get off the field. On the 3. Help your crippled offense out.
Pass rating of about 6. 3rd down and 7 on the opening drive of the game.
Oh, almost got there.
Gets it away down the sideline and pounded away at the end.
Trayvon Diggs. Oh, if they call DPI on that.
Pressure was on Cousins that time. He was able to launch it. Coverage was there, put the penalty.
You know, from here, it looked like Diggs grabbed the back of his jersey and just pulled him straight backwards.
Pass interference. Defense number 7.
Wow. I'd see that again. It didn't look like PI live. I'm objective. I'll say
right there.
He had his hand on the jersey, but he didn't.
Pretty clear cut. Then we'll take a look at the route. This is some matchup on the outside, isn't it? Justin Jefferson, one of the best young players, receivers in the league, going against Trayvon Diggs. 7 interceptions.
Not doing the offense any favors, defense. Let's go.
14-yard penalty as it turns out. Running into traffic and then bouncing to the outside, but nothing there either for Dalvin Cook. Cook's missed a couple of games already this season with an ankle injury, weeks 3 and 5. Meanwhile, there's Cooper Rush, if you just joined us, Dak Prescott won't play tonight.
I'm very anxious to see what Cooper Rush has.
Debut as a
At the same time, he's going to have to throw it. I mean, we're going to lean on the run game, obviously, but you can't run it on every down.
Great. When I watched pregame warm-up, I said he's playing. For sure, he's playing. Next thing we heard, he's out.
On the top brass all met the Jones family, McCarthy, the training staff. 2nd and 11. Cousins meanwhile with that pump fake.
Wide open, Caleb. This is exactly what we don't need. We don't need Cooper Rush going out there feeling like he's got to go win this game. It's a recipe for him to make a mistake.
This time, they run over the top. 2 people attack, thinking the ball's going to come out to Jefferson. And that's about as easy as it gets down the field to Thielen. Really,
I like to see that pass interference on Diggs again. That didn't look like much to me. Yeah, he had a handful of jersey, but
Joseph for the extra point. Took 3 minutes and 11 seconds to get our first score of the night. 7-0 Minnesota.
of course, if we do lose this game, all the haters are going to come back up from under their holes. Oh, no excuses. Every team got injured.
Go wherever your wild side.
Man, I'm going to go off on everybody so hard if we win this game with Cooper Rush, man.
Let me ask you about something.
You just wait. If we find a way to pull this off, no quarter at all.
Smith, it's King Richard, rated PG-13. If we build this,
I got my
all the
receipts.
players and fans will magically appear. I call it the Field of Fame. Of course, I'll have to tear down the garage, fill in the pool, and lose the trees. So can I get a loan?
So as your friend, I love it, but as your banker, not so much.
Let me talk to the friend.
You can always invest in a college fund.
No, my kids aren't going to college. They're going to work at the stadium.
Our kids are going to college. Football's back, and so are the fans.
My wife wants to build a college. Oh, Bud Light seltzer retro chocolate.
Have you tried it yet? Bud Light Seltzer Retro Chocolate. You allowed it.
So we'll see what we'll see what Cooper Rush has to offer now. We will see. I personally believe in the kid. I know he don't have a lot of experience, but we don't need him to go and win this game. All he's got to do is not lose a game. As long as he knows that and he trusts the guys around him and the guys around him trust him, we got a shot.
Ball being brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. By U.S.
Lean heavily on the run. Like I said,
together.
throw it when you have to. Complete your passes. Short to medium, easy throws.
And by T-Mobile, the leader in 5.
Slants, stuff like that.
Great. Every few years we get Halloween on a Sunday night.
If you have a wide open deep shot, of course we'll take it.
Our crew. Of course. Mustard only. Great opening drive for the Vikings. 75 yards, 7 plays to take the lead. Very short lead. We will see Cooper Rush. Greg Joseph kicking off Tony Pollard to run it back. Let's go to the end.
All right.
To the 25.
Moment of truth, the moment we've all been waiting for. The stage is yours, Cooper. Let's see what you got.
Cooper Rush, Central Michigan. Ezekiel Elliott, the Ohio State University. Amari Cooper, Alabama. C. Lamb, Oklahoma. Dalton Schultz, Stanford. Blake Jarwin, Oklahoma State. Tyron Smith, USC. Connor Williams, Texas. Tyler Gaddish, Wisconsin. Zach Martin, Notre Dame. James Dillon, Texas State.
All right, let's go. See what you got, 10.
who's thrown 3 passes in his career. Hands it off to Elliott. Chris talking about the fact we've got so many talented guys. Of course, Zeke, 2-time rushing champion. So let's take a look at Cooper Rush, who went to Central Michigan. Has not thrown a pass in the NFL since 2017, Week 11. Got in for a couple of snaps this year after they'd blown out Philadelphia. Prescott having a fantastic year. Dak very much in the MVP conversation, but they're looking longer term than shorter term by keeping him on the bench tonight. 2nd and 2.
Good ball. Cooper to Cooper.
To Amari Cooper. The Cowboy fans chant Coop. Dantzler makes the tackle.
Yeah, he has a really easy motion, Cooper Rush does. You know, I went back and watched all of his highlight throws that I could find on YouTube and anywhere else. It took about 15 minutes because he just has not played a whole lot of football. But we talked to him yesterday, and he said, yeah, you know, sort of typical butterflies.
Well, it seems like bad credit is no credit is even worse than bad credit. Even if you have bad credit, at least they have something to look at. Cooper Rush got no credit. He literally has no history. He's thrown 3 passes in the NFL. And until that one to Cooper, not a single one for 4 years.
Alabama, Everson Griffin, University of Southern California.
Regular season.
UCLA. Eric Hendricks, UCLA. Vigil, Utah State. Mackenzie Alexander, Clemson. Harrison Smith, Notre Dame. Xavier Woods, Louisiana Tech. Breeze, Clemson University.
That defense, middle of the pack in the league, 13th in points, allowed 16th in yards. They're much better against the pass than the run. Off the fake, this pass is complete here to Elliott. And Elliott will take it for close.
I'm really liking what Kellen Moore is doing so far. Short, quick, easy throws, stuff you know he can complete, build his confidence up.
The offensive coordinator, he was playing at 17. He was the 2nd string quarterback.
Exactly what you should be doing.
Rush was the 3rd stringer. So now he's his coach, and he's coaching up a guy who has had a lot of experience in camp with the Cowboys, running.
Cooper Rush looks pretty poised out there. I know he's only thrown 2 passes, but he doesn't seem jittery at all. Given the circumstances and the stage he's on, what's on the line.
Galecki here. 5 wide on 1st down. Rush fires over the middle, and that is incomplete. Put right there on the numbers for Blake.
Come on, Schultz.
Can't hold on. Harris
You got to hold on to that ball. You got to help your quarterback out. He hits you with the numbers, man.
Defense number 97.
We're asking a lot of Cooper Rush already. You can't make his job even harder by putting balls on the turf that hit you in the chest.
For a while, and he's in there looking at it.
He hit you right between 8 and 6, man.
But I tell you, he's really impressed me so far this year. He has a great little combination of moves on the outside. Straight rush, a spin move.
Wait, that was Jarwin. My bad. I'm going off on the wrong guy.
Tough guy to block this season.
BYU's got McGovern and Collins. Lyle Collins was just back from suspension in the backfield. They come up in an inverted wishbone and hand the ball off to Pollard, who bounces off his own man and spins for a 1st down at the 40-yard line. Mike McCarthy telling us last night, look out for the bone, and here it was.
Yeah, it's a little different when number 7.
Let's go.
And coming in to block you. Like, what? What kind of fullback is that? But obviously, they're trying to take some pressure off of Cooper Rush. The passes have been.
I got to get up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, too. That's the only thing I don't like about my games.
There, and I think so far, mission accomplished.
That kind of formation work. Pollard stays in. Got a great 1-2 punch with Elliott and Pollard. There's Pollard again. He dances for a couple of yards inside the 40 to the 38-yard.
Need to stay in 3rd and short, 3rd and medium.
Central Michigan and went to Central Michigan University. Spent 4 years there plus a redshirt year.
This game is about making Cooper Rush's job easier. Not making him feel like he's got to go make something happen and go force him to try to win this game. Keep it 3rd and short, 3rd and medium, run the ball well, and you can do this.
With the 2 linemen, you got Elliott this time.
I'll tell you, you got one-on-one routes on the outside, though, if you want to take a shot at these quarterbacks.
And he might. To the outside he goes. And
CD.
But the catch is made at the 23 by CD Lane.
So the only incompletion Cooper Rush has thrown so far is the one that Jarwin dropped and hit him right in the chest.
30 yards now.
Yeah, they were packed in the box on that one, so it's just one-on-one on the outside, and there's Breland going to give CD a lot of room on the outside, and on the other side, Cameron Dantzler is taking over for Patrick Peterson at that cornerback position. So between Lamb,
we're driving the ball well.
Big challenge.
Of course, we got some red zone woes.
Lesson before the snap. The next Patrick Peterson comes over from Arizona. This is the first game he's ever missed because of an injury.
Wouldn't that be something if we struggle all this time to get a red zone, to get red zone touchdowns, and then Cooper Rush comes in, nickel and dime down the field for red zone touchdown?
Took over, and he's keeping the job.
Yeah, and because he hit the weight room so hard, he wasn't strong enough for the position a season ago, was the feeling. He really went after it, won an award for his off-season work, and now he's hanging on to that right tackle job.
So now we go empty.
5 wide. I don't know if I like that.
With the inverted ball a couple of times. Empty backfield here. That pass is a little behind the intended receiver.
Yeah, Cooper was off on that one. Cooper Rush, that is. Throwing to Amari Cooper.
And it'll be second down at 15.
I couldn't tell that ball got tipped or not.
Yeah, it
right
did. Never mind.
Coming off the line of
Never mind. Sorry, Rush.
For Breland.
Anthony Barr got a finger.
Lucky that wasn't picked.
With those penalties to turn it into second.
That's going to help Cooper out. He's going to be in his ear.
This is where he has always been deadly.
He's got Kellen Moore in his ear.
Chance to dial up some of those crazy blitzes of his. So far, this one doesn't look like it.
Time for the lead.
Let's go, Cooper.
Coming into the game. Second and 15. And then it's caught.
Well, here we are, 3rd and long. This is what I was just talking about. You can't do.
Last year at Oklahoma, Harrison Smith.
You got to stay ahead of the chains, keep it 30 minutes, especially tonight and all nights.
Rush doesn't look nervous, does it?
No.
He just kind of coming
So he's had a ball that was tipped at the line that was incomplete, and I mean just barely tipped, and he had a ball that he hit flex rolling right between the 8 and 9, and he put it on the ground. He's looked good.
Not to be. 3rd and 7.
Cedric Wilson in the game in the slot.
Go, Cooper. I believe in you, kid. I believe in you, Cooper.
Play clock at 1. They get it off.
Oh. Pocket collapsed that time.
Firing through in the middle to knock him down.
That was a worry coming into the game. Even if Dak played, that Minnesota defense is tied for the league lead in sacks.
Yeah, you're going to see here, Ezekiel Elliott has a shot to pick this one up. And one of the things that the Vikings felt about Zeke was he's really good on that initial contact, but he doesn't always finish those blocks, and I think that was the case there.
Greg Zuerlein.
Zeke is normally pretty good blocking.
A shaky start on opening night in Tampa, only game they've lost this season. But almost perfect 6. From Moran. 43-yard attempt.
Oh my God!
Is no good.
We're making this guy's job harder than it has to be.
Story made 7-0.
Zuerlein's missing kicks from 25 yards away. Defense can't get off the field on 3rd down.
Hey, Gary.
Blake Jarwin dropped some passes and hit him square in the numbers. This is all the type of stuff you can't do in a game like this. I mean, you should never do it, not even if Dak was in there.
Already award-winning home security for even more comprehensive protection.
Cooper Rush already has a big enough task ahead of him. And now, if our defense can't stand up, we could be down 14-0.
The new wireless outdoor security camera is here.
Or you even blink just like that.
Progressive presents At Home with Baker Mayfield.
Can you hold this for a second?
There you go. So for you.
Oh. Who likes nachos?
And one for Mr. Cowboy.
Happy Halloween. Enjoy.
Golly, they just get cuter and cuter every year.
All right, defense, it's time to step up now.
be eating a club sandwich with fries and a side of mayonnaise.
Wonderful. Mayonnaise and fries.
A little judgy, don't you?
That's weird.
I don't know, guys. I mean, at some point, we got to help them out. You know what I mean? Like, what we're asking him to do is hard enough already, and then we're going to go out there and make it harder.
Monday, stopping by. Kristen Stewart will be there. It's the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. All this week on NBC. The weekend in Minneapolis, we got U.S. Bank Stadium opening in the 2016 Super Bowl played here in 17 when the Eagles knocked off the Patriots. Start this drive after the missed field goal from the 33-yard line.
There's Dalvin Cook.
Through the middle was Cook, like a jet behind a Darisaw block, the rookie left tackle, and that's a gain of 15.
I tell you, this Christian Darisaw is making an impression on me. He played in the game 2 weeks ago, and they did not give up a sack in that one. It comes right out against Randy Gregory.
We're going to find out
really
how grounded Cooper Rush is. He's going to be playing from behind.
To the outside, Keelan, who scored the touchdown.
Does he panic or does he keep his head down and not score?
Anthony Brown makes the tackle. They gain a 3, second down.
This is the first
back
one.
to that block by Christian Darisaw on the outside. He was so good in pass protection, but watch him come out here against Gregory here and just sort of sling him out of the way. That's not a little hole. That's a big hole when you can do that on the edge. And I'll tell you, Dalvin Cook's thinking, thank you very much.
First round draft choice out of Virginia Tech. Play action, has time, going deep, free, and the pass is incomplete.
Got lucky.
Jefferson was free down the sideline, could not hang on, diving for it, 3rd down and 7.
Let's take a look at this. It looked like Jefferson coming out of this break is going to make just a little bit of a slowdown, thinking maybe he's going to hit the ball right there in the hole. And then he had to try to re-accelerate and couldn't quite get there. A real blown opportunity that time for the Vikings.
And a little hesitation, throwing it off just enough.
You know, sometimes in Boy Larry Curry, you knew that was not good. But sometimes as a receiver, maybe you misread the coverage and think you're trying to get that cover 2 hole, but it wasn't that time. You should have just hit the Jets.
Play clock went to 0.
They get the timeout off.
Yeah, the timeout is called. What a year for that guy. Trayvon Diggs.
Gotta get off the field defense.
In every game this season, and 2 in 1 of those, so a total of 7. But in coverage, it's kind of like it's boom or bust for this guy. I mean, against New England, a couple of weeks ago, he has a pick 6. They take the lead. Then a blown coverage, and New England takes the lead. He's excited, if nothing else.
He's given up 1 touchdown and gotten 7 interceptions. I don't know of any defensive coordinator that would take that combination. He has a little history in this building as well. His brother made the play that was the Minneapolis Miracle, and he was sitting right down in the end zone where it happened.
Stephon with Buffalo. He got into the end zone against Miami today.
Oh!
Down 7.
He almost got there.
Too high that time.
That was another overthrow.
So it'll be 4th down.
Put pressure on him. Make him throw it before he wants to. Make him throw it.
One of the things you can do with Randy Gregory is run him on stunts back to the inside.
All you're doing, you're trying to get in there and affect the play. It's not all about sacks. Yes, obviously sacks are awesome. You can impact the game so much and not even have a sack.
Tell the way he was upset at the end of the play with the incompletion as he had to go to the outside. Cedric Wilson is back to receive this carry.
Oh my goodness gracious. Now we got to start at the
Jordan Berry
4 the 5.
3:50 to go in the opening quarter. 7-0.
90 years in the game. And counting. This is our house.
Oh, we'll see what happens. Won't we? Sorry, buddy. I'm working right now. Sorry, Cooper Rush. I'm sorry that we're making your job harder than it has to be.
Four times more 5G coverage than Verizon and unlimited premium data that can't slow down based on how much smartphone data you use. That's right. Get 5G in more places all across America.
All right.
And better value on a plan built for
Time to get to getting.
only at T-Mobile.
So Cooper Rush, the quarterback. Dak Prescott not playing tonight. Hurt his calf 2 weeks ago. Quarterbacks to make their first start on Sunday night. Tony Romo did it back in 2006. Pretty interesting list there. Garoppolo, Duck Hodges for Pittsburgh, and Danucci playing for Dallas last year at Philadelphia.
Yeah, and that was not.
Prescott,
Well, let's hope we don't have a repeat of that.
For the ankle injury, and Andy Gold couldn't play that night. So he starts this drive from the 5-yard line, and Elliott swings to the outside, and he cuts it back and picks up about 3 before he gets wrestled down.
All right.
Yeah, you would think that's going to be the game plan, right? I mean, the strength of the Dallas Cowboys football team for so long has been this offensive line, Zeke Elliott, let's go try and run the ball. But Minnesota Vikings are no fools. They know that's what they would like to do too. And so we're seeing a lot of these safeties down around the line of scrimmage, that time of slot blitz off the top end. They are still taking some chances on the back end. I still think there's a chance for Cooper Rush to get the ball down the field here.
Keep it on the ground, Elliott.
All right, okay.
They just ran.
Forward progress, stop it. Stop it.
12-yard line, 3rd and short to Neil Hunter. Missing all of last season, back this year, leads the team with 6 sacks. Next to stop.
Well, anytime you got Zach Martin in there, you know it's going to be a long night. Watch Daniil Hunter, though, working against some 2 great players going in and finally gets off and makes the play.
Now it's Elliott, and he is going to keep those licks.
Ran it on 3rd and 2, and we got it.
So Zeke has carried the ball 3 times now, picks up the first. Elliott coming off probably his worst year and having a real good season to this point. Came in fantastic shape. They were all talking about it.
Zeke is 5th in rushing.
Even with the bye week, that's good enough.
And he's splitting carries with Pollard, and we didn't even play last week. I mean, come on. That's crazy.
For sure.
And everybody else has already played today.
2 minutes to go in the quarter. To the outside, pass is right there. Lamb has been his man. C.D. Lamb making his 3rd catch of the night. Far that time, put the pressure on. Elliott was able to block him out of the play. 58 yards now for Cooper Rush.
A little different result this time because this is what you're going to have. They have to have their running backs picking up these blitzers. And if they can, you're going to see the cornerbacks for the Vikings playing way off. These are really talented, big, fast receivers for Dallas. And they're no match on the back end with the Vikings.
He's going to run it.
He's got some mobility to the 40-yard line. Let's go to Michelle.
Not quite as elusive as Dak.
He was disgusted by his 6 fumbles last season. He said,
I see you.
That's terrible. He told me, I feel I have a lot to prove. Ball security has to be perfect. I just have to keep doing the right things over and over again. Mentally, he said, I'm over it. It's in the rearview mirror, and you got to learn from it. But then you got And now, this is his longest NFL stretch without a fumble, 203 touches.
Right.
Yeah, he's been much better about that.
The fact that they can spot him now from time to time because Pollard sees a lot of action, as is the case here, second down and 8. And here goes Pollard, who's as good a number 2 back as there is in the league.
Y'all really consider that. Ezekiel Elliott, not the Dallas Cowboys offense. Ezekiel Elliott as an individual is 5th in the NFL in rushing this year. And he's splitting carries with Tony Pollard. And we didn't even play last week. And everybody else has already played today. So a lot of those other guys got 2 more games. And they're not having to split carries. Just think about that.
Little toss to him. Can he get around the corner? Yes, he can. Before his first out of bounds picks up the first down. 4 carries for him.
Tony himself would be a lot of teams' number 1.
Already rushed for 42, and that may take us into the second quarter.
Second quarter. Shut out in the first. Should have 3, but I ain't going to sneeze about it.
It does.
You got to start being better. Find a way to get in the end zone. And if you can't, crack your legs, got to make his kicks. Like I said, especially tonight of all nights, you can't put Cooper Rush behind the 8 ball and make his job harder than it already was going to be. Why it's so damn cold in here.
Including the iPhone 13 Pro with its amazing camera, like everyone that works from home. Well, welcome to new family member.
They're on dogs.
Our deals are for everyone.
It's not complicated. AT&T is giving new and existing customers our best deals on every iPhone, including up to $800 off the Epic iPhone 13 and iPhone 13 Pro.
You could write about that email you just sent with a typo, and most of the info is totally outdated. Or you could use Slack and edit your message after it's sent. Whew. Slack, where the future works.
This is Antonelli's Cheese Shop.
And we're the Antonellis.
Do good, eat good.
That's our mission.
We chose our new Spark Cash Plus card from Capital One because it gives us unlimited 2% cash back on everything we buy.
And it has no preset spending limit, so our purchasing power adapts to our business needs. We use our 2% cash back to help cover our employees' healthcare costs.
That's how we take care of our most valuable asset.
Our people. It may sound cheesy,
but we like it that way. What's in your wallet?
Today's challenge, 3 toppings for just $10.
Mine has ham, pineapple, and bacon.
You just took me on a trip. Am I a pineapple person now? I'm a pineapple person now. Create yours, only at Pizza Hut. No one else Pizza's the Hut.
Here we go. From the final knockouts to the final steal. The biggest surprise is Ed Sheeran's final reveal.
My and Blake's relationship originated with a secret love.
The Voice, Monday and Tuesday on NBC.
The light in the sinkhole is closing. By tomorrow, it'll be gone. You still have time to save. You have to let me try it.
You trapped here? No, Gavin can still make it.
Here we go.
Michelle Tafoya back at US Bank Stadium 2 weeks ago in the win at New England. Dak Prescott felt a pop in his right calf after throwing a touchdown pass to C.D. Lamb on the game's final play. And remember, it was week 5 of last season when he suffered an ankle dislocation and fractured fibula on the same side. And Dak said perhaps the lack of mobility in his ankle contributed to this injury, a tear in the belly of the calf. That's an important muscle responsible for pushing off the ground when throwing and running. Typically, this injury needs about 4 weeks to heal, but no timetable has been set for Dak yet.
Michelle, he's been through everything. Think about it. The broken ankle last year cost him most of the season. The shoulder injury, didn't play in preseason this year. Didn't see any action until opening night. It was terrific then. First and 10, start here. Elliott. You know, Chris, I mean, this is a decision that looks to the rest of the season, not just tonight. At worst, they'll have a 2.5 game lead in the division over Philadelphia. So I think they have to look ahead, and that's one of the reasons that he's not playing tonight.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense, and we both hated it because we want to watch Dak play out here tonight. This offense has just been so hot. But remember, 5 offensive linemen have been the strength of this football team.
C.D. Lamb at the bottom of the screen.
That's about half of this offense. Don't forget about those guys.
Oh, there it is. There it is. That's exactly what I was just talking about.
And the former Cowboy comes back to haunt his team as Harrison Smith tipped it. Woods with the pick, and the Vikings have the ball on the takeaway. Xavier Woods, first 4 years in Dallas, comes over to the Vikings. Next one off.
Someday, you'll catch the perfect wave. And with access to elevated benefits of fine hotels and resorts, someday can be any day you want.
I don't know, guys. I mean,
Many reasons you're with
it's only the second quarter, and we're only down 7. There's still a lot of football left to play. And if Dak was in the game, I'd feel a lot better about it. We're going to need to lean on our defense.
Itchy, scratchy, family not getting clean? Get Charmin Ultra Strong. It just cleans better, so your family can use less. Hello, clean bottom. Enjoy the dough with Charmin.
If Damian Lillard accepted his spot at the end of the bench, he never would have been at the prep center before COVID. If he listened to those who overlooked him, he never would have heard his name called as a first-round pick. And if he let 6 all-star selections go to his head, he never would have had the heart to give back to the streets that shaped him. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes him alive. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
He was coming for me, but I'm coming for him. Happy Halloween, Michael.
Pretty hard afternoon, you peacock.
Tonight's aerial coverage as you look at the Lowry Bridge, being brought to you by Geico. I'm Michael's Chris Collins with the show for you. Week 8, almost the halfway mark. It normally would be, but not this year with a 17-game season.
For anybody interested, the Braves are leading the Astros 4-2 in Game 5.
And after the pick, first down.
In the bottom of the second.
40, buys some time, sets up a partial screen. And that's C.J. Hand, the fullback, picking up about 4 yards, and back we go to the interception.
Just a big mistake. You've been running the football right down the field. You have 2 deep safeties back, which means run it some more. Instead, they throw right into the teeth of it. Never a good sign when both safeties get their hands on it. This is one of those, I've got to believe, Dak Prescott probably checks to a one play in that situation. Cooper rushed it out.
So how much authority do you think he has, or ability to check off, check the play?
We asked the question, and Mike McCarthy said if he's out there, he has the ability to do it all. So he's been around long enough. Certainly he could have, I would imagine.
He knows the system.
So it's first down and 5. I think it's first and 10 now. It's second down and 10.
He was here and then left and came back.
Right there.
He's been around
the 5-yard line. Mike McCarthy.
Playing long enough to understand
He
what's going
knows
on.
what it's like to go up against Zimmer a lot. Of course, that's several times.
Before, when he was here, he was Jason Garrett.
And Zimmer's been here since 14.
It was such a good drive, and they were running the ball so effectively. That one was completely out of character, that one play.
You don't feel good right now because you feel like we've left points on the field. And we could be winning this game right now, even with Cooper Rush. But you're only down 7, so plenty of time to get it together. Be third and about 6.
It'll be third down.
Mike is all over the place again.
Over the last 6 years, look at that. He has had from bottom to top. Sean McVay, Jay Gruden, B. Filippo, Stefanski, now the head coach, of course, of Cleveland. Gary Kubiak has retired, and his son Clint, who's been the quarterback coach, now calling the plays.
Pretty good list.
I'll say. 3rd and 5. And that pass is incomplete. Was he? No, it wasn't handled long enough by KJ Osborne.
Yeah, I didn't hear a whistle, but I thought right when it happened that it was incomplete. It was a good pop though. Sometimes you're beaten. That's all you can do is just knock the hell out of them. Try to make them drop it
there, but I'll tell you, this Anthony Brown, who basically, if the Cowboys had drafted a cornerback, which everybody thought they were going to do this year, probably was the odd man out. But big strike right there, and he's really been playing at the very top of his game all season long. One of the top players on this defense. So
we're going to give it a shot at it, try to go down and tie this game.
Outing of his career of late, 6th-round pick back in 2016. Fielded at the 13-yard line by Cedric Wilson off the foot of Jordan Berry.
And we're going to go to a commercial again. They got to pay their bills.
You've never seen anything quite like it. We've never created anything quite like it.
Cooper Rush has played well, all things considered. I know he's got the pick. Certainly an ill-advised throw. Like they said, probably should have checked to a run in that situation anyway. But other than that pick, his only incompletions were a drop by Blake Jarwin that hit him right between the 8 and the 9. And one that got tipped at the line. Barely tipped. I mean, the defender had to stretch out and barely scraped his fingerprint across there. Just enough to change the trajectory. He's played okay. He's played decently enough, all things considered. I'm okay with the way that he's played so far. What you don't want to do is get him in a situation where he's down 14, down 10, getting into the second half, close to the end of the game, and he starts feeling like, oh, damn, I got to go win this thing. It's not really a recipe for success for a backup quarterback usually, especially one that has a little experience as he has. I'm kind of worried about this Dak thing, y'all. I mean, I wasn't. Like I said in my pregame video that I was really adamant that he was going to play. And we'll see what Cooper Rush is able to do as the duration of this game goes on, and that'll tell us just how worried we need to be. Because if Cooper Rush shows that he can sit in there and hold it down,
Minnesota they did lead last year here as well. McCarthy won that one.
I feel like if we came back here tonight, if we were getting demolished
points per game
offensively,
at the bottom right there,
and Cooper Rush was just turning the ball over and couldn't execute and all that stuff, I think they would probably try to rush that back faster. But if Cooper Rush plays well, and they say, okay, even if we lost the game, we can rely on you to not single-handedly lose the game. I think they'll take a much more
is this game tonight for Cooper Rush.
I mean, this may
careful
this
approach
may
to
be
that.
his one audition, and you got to think with the trade deadline coming up at 4 o'clock on Tuesday, that is there still a chance?
Bengals lost to the Jets today.
Certainly has to be available at this point.
The Jets have 2 wins against the Bengals and against the Titans. What in the world? Their only 2 wins are against playoff teams.
I don't think Jerry was giving a thumbs up to a Dalton trade. I think he was just looking at the monitor and saying something to somebody else. It's 2nd and 8. You can read it 15 different ways.
There he is. Hold on to that ball, Cooper. You're just kind of out here on the tips of your fingers. Good catch. We're getting Coop Tense in Minnesota.
Harrison Smith's going to come on a blitz.
There's that traveling Cowboy Nation rearing its head again.
Sluggo. You know what the Sluggo is, right, Al? Slant and go and right back over the top. That time Rashad Breeland thought he was going to get an interception, and instead he got a little humble pie.
I think I thought it was a cartoon. Gain of 2 right here. The 4th game I've been to. Anthony Parr makes the tackle. 2nd down and 9.
Big difference with Anthony Barr out here, isn't it? That guy missed 18 straight games between a pectoral and a knee injury.
Cooper Rush.
There's just so
I know it doesn't have anything to do with his talent, but that's like the most badass name for a quarterback ever. Even a backup quarterback.
This is a different defense. Mike Zimmer knows it.
It just sounds cool. Cooper Rush.
Rush is 6 out of 8 for 87. And then 1 interception. So us, Elliott, get wrestled out from behind.
All right, we're looking good. We've looked good on all of our series.
3rd down.
And yeah, we have 0 points. We have a missed field goal.
We always think about the Neil
And then there was the pick.
rusher. He has 6 sacks on the year, and he's always going to be that dynamite guy. Had to sit out a season ago with that neck injury. But
The offense is humming. I mean, it's obviously a little bit slower. The playbook is thinner with Dak not being in there. You can't do everything, obviously, with Cooper Rush that you can do with Dak. But
There's the 3rd down grab. Showing
our offense seems to be doing okay for the most part, other than, like I said, the
display. 3rd down and 6. Here's Pollard.
wow. We ran it on 3rd and 6, and we got it. Zach Martin in there at the end, pushing them across.
Oh, what an absolute
That was Tony Pollard, too. That wasn't even Zeke. Tony Pollard's a smaller back.
Take a look when he finishes this run, 2 hands on the football, stays upright and dives. That is just a tremendous effort right there. And it's one of the reasons so many people love Tony Pollard. He just, he's had to fight for everything he's got. He's a little more active in the passing game maybe than Ezekiel, but this has been some combination. Those two are both better for him.
Stays in on 1st down. Give it to him again.
Yeah, if you like air raid offense and just slinging the rock all over the yard, this ain't the game for you. We're going to be running on 20 and 21 tonight.
That's impressive. You take those 2 guys.
But when he's been asked to throw it, he's usually done
are at the top of that list, it feels like. And now Tony Pollard right there with him as well. A little different, a little more burst, a little more quickness, one cut kind of guy where you see a lot more.
Yeah, I can go back and think about probably 3 or 4 runs this year that Zeke got caught from behind. And I'm like, if that's Tony, that's a touchdown. That's Tony doing Gator caught. Thunder and lightning.
Yeah, I would even say even better than a good year. Dalton Schultz really has allowed this offense to protect those outside receivers and force teams to play the middle of the field the way
they're down, no field goals.
Jason Witten left.
I don't trust that Vikings offense to keep misfiring like they have been. We can't allow this game to get away.
They're looking at 4 down territory here if they get any kind of play here.
Rush, that's caught.
Cedric Wilson.
That's Wilson.
Rush just looks so comfortable back there. He doesn't look nervous at all. Even after the pick, he just came right back out. And, all right, my bad, I fucked up. Let's get back to work. I know it's very early in the game, but he's impressing me. Not even with his actual play, but just his comfortability and his poise. He doesn't look, like the moment is too big for him.
Big mistake. Leading to the pick. Here's Elliott. He takes it to the 20-yard line. Setting up a 2nd down and 6 is ex-mate Xavier Woods takes the tackle there. Under 7 to play in the half.
Well, I really love watching Tyron Smith.
And the Cowboys are going to get the ball back at the start of the third quarter. Now, traditionally, we're a second half team. We're scoring the bulk of our points in the second half. So,
this is a different offense.
20 points in the third quarter against Carolina. Had a 21-point second half against the Eagles, or 24 or something like that.
Short drive. His eyes not go. That goes into a lot of traffic. It's Elliott who could not get free. Owen no cover there by
And then 27.
Another third down for Dallas.
27-point second half against the Giants.
He tried to go to those quick little stick routes, just get the ball out of his hands, but not Dak Prescott in there. So
I agree completely, Bones.
Here comes the craziness.
The first one is always the hardest. It's like in hockey. You can be playing a hot goalie, you have 30 shots, and he stopped all of them. Then you get one in, and then just like that, you get 2 or 3 more. Once the dam breaks, you get a new confidence about you. Okay, I can do it. They're not invincible. And we're gonna keep going. All right, Zerline, you can't miss this one. I'm getting vibes of Tampa again. You've been pretty solid since then. But this is not the night when we can afford for you to be off. We're gonna probably be relying on you a lot.
And it looked like that time the Woods almost had a shot at that one. Sometimes those throws
Not so sure that wasn't
the most dangerous.
pass interference here.
Up one in there.
38-yard attack.
You got a drill, Greg. Okay.
But this one is good to get the Cowboys on the scoreboard with 6:09 to play in the half. 7-3 Vikings.
That's what other people say. By that, I don't mean you're a sandwich. Beautiful design, cutting-edge tech, and a world-class interior.
Patriots beat the Chargers 27-24.
GLC. Extraordinary runs in the family. Wow. I can't believe you're here. This is the first photo of your life, son. Your first smile. Your first bath. The room we made for you. You'll meet Nana and Grandpa, and you'll see the world in your own way. I'll teach you how to dress. I know you're going to make mistakes in that department. Your first kiss, I can't believe I'm saying that. I can't wait for the world to see you like I do. Don't miss a new Law & Order Thursday.
I've been doing this for over 20 years. I've never seen anything like this.
We're almost where we need to be to bring them down.
Call for additional units. We're going in.
Law & Order Thursday on NBC.
Ariana Grande is the new coach on The Voice. We played Kelly and John, The Voice, with Ariana and company, Mondays and Tuesdays on NBC. Downtown Minneapolis. U.S. Bank Stadium. Did a great job of this facility. It is beautiful.
We're lucky enough to do the Super Bowl here. That was a great week. A little chillier than it is now, but
amazing. But just the way they've done this, of course, in daytime, A lot of sunshine on the field, shining through. Be in the same sort of building next week when we go to Los Angeles for the Rams and the Tennessee Titans.
What's up, Abel Thomas Jr.? Hope I'm saying your name right.
All right, let's take
Welcome
a
to
look
the
at
stream.
Walmart Plus 4K Skycam. Here we go. We're going to highlight Christian Darrisaw, who on the outside, what an impression he made in his last game, his debut.
You can find me, obviously, on YouTube, Ultimate Cowboy 82, Instagram, Ultimate Cowboy 82, Facebook, Ultimate Cowboy 82, Twitter, Ultimate Cowboy 9. 82 is one character too long.
Who's played great, so if they can lock down both edges, all the better.
So here on the ground, this is Cook for a couple more on Darris. Let's go to Michelle.
Well, I spoke to Dalvin Cook, as it would be, about Christian Darrisaw. He said he doesn't talk. He doesn't talk in games. And he said when you don't hear from him, you figure he's doing something right. You might ask KCD, you doing okay?
Long-time fan of me or a long-time fan of the Cowboys? Either way, well.
Everyone says he's just very quiet.
Kirk Cousins said after the overtime pass that won the game in Carolina, he was there to the 30-yard line. Cook picks up about 3. The third down, let's go.
I think it's about time for Dr. Diggs to make a house call. What you guys think?
That's a really good sign when you've got a new offensive lineman, and he was the first one that hugged me after that touchdown pass. And I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot you're playing over there. So he really only gave up one.
Let's not forget, we want to toss him deferred, so we'll get the ball first in the third quarter. So we can make a stand here and figure out a way to put the ball in the end zone. Make some halftime adjustments. Come out and score out of halftime, we'll be in business.
10 yards.
Oh, I thought he was coming right there.
Puts his palms up, asks for a flag, and doesn't get one. Anthony Brown covers, and so it is a quick 3 and out.
Yeah, they showed pressure there, and then
That's exactly what we need from the defense. Exactly what we need from the defense.
So far this evening, he's been playing really well. Sometimes you read the drop of the quarterback when you see that quick set. It's going to allow Brown to jump it quickly. Look at him. He's looking right in.
Got my cross on. If you believe in God, start praying.
So far, defensively, good job.
This is Perry's
people are just dragging Cooper Rush through the mud on Facebook. I think they must be watching a different game. He's looking okay to me. Wow.
That was a knee, Bradley, a knee. Meanwhile, it's 4th down and 5.
Was it a false start? Did they move first and that made? Wow.
It was exactly. It's 5 and a half. They don't pick up the first.
Making mistakes.
Kind of mistake.
Mistakes are never good, but tonight you just can't do that.
That defenders are going to give you coming off the field after a mistake like that.
You just can't do that when you're relying on a guy who's thrown 3 passes in his damn career to lead you to victory. You can't do it. You got to help him. The idea is to take pressure off of him, not put more on. My goodness, man. Hey, Dorrance Armstrong. Nice to see you back, man. They missing you out there.
It's so interesting for me watching the Dallas Cowboys play defense now, and sort of in particular Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn was a guy that was all that Seattle.
We're winning time of possession 17 minutes to 7 minutes. 30 plays to 18.
Basically said, hey, sometimes you have to admit it's time for a change. Teams had caught up with that defense, and he did.
2nd and 3, coming up a little bit short of the first down. Goldston stops Cook. 3rd down.
Can't give that offense extra chances. They got Jefferson, they got Thielen, they got Delvin Cook, they got Kirk Cousins.
All the negative ones were
I know people like to make fun of Kirk Cousins, but this year he's got 16 touchdowns and 2 picks. And he's completing 69% of his passes. In his last 16 games, he's got 37 touchdowns and 5 picks and 4,500 yards.
And they're playing a big play style of defense, just like their offense plays.
3rd and 1. They keep aiming.
Let's go, D. Oh.
game was going to be close.
I think they got him. I think he was down before that arm went over.
And stopped them. Where are they going to spot it? Of course, the Vikings think it's a first down.
Let's see how nice the refs want to be.
No. And it looks like no.
Big play by Micah Parsons right there. He's just going to weave his way right through the backside of this, almost unblocked. He was unblocked.
I think the Vikings know that they're kind of lucky to not be down in this game. Cooper Rush hasn't looked completely terrible. Even though they're winning and they're in their own territory. Yeah, that's not surprising at all. I figured they would go for it.
And Cousins is going to roll, keep his eyes downfield, and connect for a big first down and a lot more. Adam Thielen to the 25-yard line. How about that for a gutsy
It's
goal?
about to be 14-3, y'all. Y'all got to do something.
I don't think Trayvon Diggs is going to be very happy with himself on this one. He was playing in a hard inside position.
Pisses me off. I go on Facebook and see everybody dragging Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush don't play defense. Cooper Rush ain't the one jumping off sides on fourth down on the punt and getting them the first down.
That's the sort of big plays, both ways we've seen this year with Trayvon Diggs.
Two defenders up on the tight end. Coughlin.
He's only thrown like 2 incompletions. Yeah, the interception, okay, obviously ill-advised. But the man's a backup quarterback. He hasn't.
The opening half, Minnesota 7-3 Vikings.
Well, I appreciate the support, Abel. Yeah, sorry, man. I deleted my original account a few years back.
It's so cool that we'll have access.
Sometimes I daydream about where I would be if I hadn't done that. I had like 10,000 subs on that account and I deleted it.
I can't believe there's no like. I didn't realize how bad you were until I got these really good graphics.
Thanks for coming. Now, when it comes to a financial plan, this broker is your man.
I appreciate the support, man. Tell your friends. Trying to regrow this thing, hopefully back to where I had it the first time.
We adjust our plan, like if we buy a new house.
Right now, I got 2 people watching. Kind of embarrassing, but it ain't never gonna go up if I just stop doing it. So, got to go through the growing pains.
Hey, USAA, it's Brock again, and I'm here with my man Frank. Frank, say hi.
Hi.
Frank was in the Army, and he's been enjoying that award-winning USAA service for like
10 years.
Anyway, he's in. Frank, don't you love me, man?
Sure, Ron.
And don't you think I deserve a USAA membership?
Did you serve? Are your parents members?
No.
Then no.
Astros tied it up 4-4 in the bottom of the third for anybody who cares about baseball.
USAA. It's still only for the military community.
Tonight, I'll be eating lobster ravioli with shaved truffle.
Yes. You look amazing.
Oh, you look amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm surprised that
Thank you.
I'm surprised that baseball decided to
One of the great
compete
young
against the
stars
Dallas
in the game
Cowboys in
right
prime
now,
time.
Micah Parsons, and he says, "I don't want to be just a rook that can go in 2 different directions. I want to be like
No bones
a
about it.
wing
They
that can
lost
go in
viewers,
every
I'm sure.
direction." And we
I'd
have
like to see
seen
the
him
ratings
going in every
comparison
direction,
between
lining up at inside
this game and
linebacker
World
and
Series Game
defensive
5.
line. Look at the numbers he's put up and playing those positions. 31 tackles, 10 quarterback hits. The only guy in the
Even
last
for the
15
championship in your
seasons
sport,
to
going
do
head to
that.
head against the Dallas Cowboys in prime time is not
NFL games,
usually
he has
a recipe for
simply
rating
been
success.
just impressive. They needed a
We'll see.
linebacker drafted.
That's the reason I'm not watching.
He was so good rushing the quarterback off the
If
edge.
the game is still going when
They
this
simply
one's over,
couldn't
I'm
get
going to
him
catch the
away
tail
from
end.
that. Then when DeMarcus Lawrence comes back for this football team, they'll have 3 of those guys rushing, mixing them up inside, outside. It's going to be great.
And that's part of the reason Jalen Smith.
All right, defense. It's time for y'all to bow up. Flex those muscles. There you go. 3rd and long. That's exactly what we needed. Now, get off the field.
Speaking of Parsons on cue.
Y'all will sit there and get 32 yards on 3rd and 13.
Yeah, not many rooks can do that, right? Here he comes up out of the deep into this thing, and to make this open field tackle is just so tough. You don't see many guys with the ability, and Tanner Madison can play now. He had over 100 yards rushing in a couple of games.
So they're about
this
to
year,
kick a field goal.
Open field, athleticism, rushing the passer.
If we can stop them on
He is
third
gonna
down.
be something.
There he was, talking about playing chess. Want to be like the queen on the chessboard.
Yeah, I saw that they were asking Mike Parsons how his body feels. You know, at this point in the season, with 11 games left, and he was like, not 11, 14. And
You get started on something, you can't get out of it.
Every once in a while.
I hope we get a bye, because otherwise, he just said that we were going to get bounced in the NFC Championship game. So,
Well, at least they got the stop out of it.
if his
because
prediction
after
comes
that,
true and we don't get a
offside
bye.
on the punt, that was
I do admire the spirit, though, but the math is kind of off. Unless, like I said, he's claiming that we're going to get a bye. All right, Greg Joseph, miss it. Chandler, you're in reserve line. Let's go. You know you admire Greg the leg. You want to be just like him.
Kick is good.
All right. They're only down 7.
10-3. 44 left in the
We're
half.
fortunate that the Vikings aren't ahead by more. The Vikings are fortunate that we're not ahead. It's one of those games. Braves got to run 5-4 in the bottom of the third. The show must go on. Indeed, indeed.
There's no place like home. Just ask the Patriots. In their win at home over the Jets, running back J.J. Taylor was hungry for the end zone. Defensive back Miles Bryant was hungry for the quarterback.
I wasn't so much saying that they should have moved the game. I was more so saying that, especially with this being a game that Atlanta can win, they can win the whole World Series tonight. If they win this game, they're the champions. And so whenever they scheduled the dates for the World Series, I would have thought that somebody would have had the intelligence to go look and see who's the primetime game on Sunday Night Football that night and move it to Monday. Literally nobody cares about the Giants. And even, I know you got the Chiefs in there, but the Chiefs are not the Cowboys. You can compete against the Chiefs. And I'm not saying that the World Series won't win the ratings battle out of these two games, but I think it's going to be closer than it would have been if they either had the game, like I said, like tomorrow, or if somebody else is playing Sunday Night Football tonight.
One word.
That was kind of where I was going.
Reeling in fish. Eating fish. Fish in the sea? Movie.
Because so far, I've watched every game of the World Series. Notice I'm not watching this one.
Cash back on all purchases. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members.
I'm sitting here watching Cooper Rush, the backup quarterback, get his first NFL start rather than watching the World Series.
In order to become champion. NASCAR championship.
That's just the fan in me. The fan in me won't let me not watch the Cowboys.
Saints defense comes up big once again to beat the Bucs in the Dome.
Now the Titans, the new best team in the AFC.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you got to see Titans.
The Jets are funny. The Jets are a damn comedy show.
Rams coming in with a market.
They got 2 wins all year. They're 2-5, 2-6. They've won 2 games, and both of them were against playoff teams. The Bengals and the
Indianapolis. For the Cowboys to get
Titans.
the ball. 144. 2 timeouts for Dallas, and we go to Michelle.
The Vikings defensive end Daniil Hunter went to the locker room. He is questionable with a shoulder injury.
I don't think anybody in the AFC knows who they are.
This week about the neck injury he missed all last season, but he said he came
Every
back,
AFC team has at least 2 losses,
he was
and
not afraid at all, but he made it to
with one of them, at least one of them, being at home.
All right. Meanwhile, DJ Warner is going to take his spot. He's number 98.
Steelers beat the Browns today. That whole conference is just seems inconsistent this year. Like I said, it seems like nobody knows who they are over there. I get you want to get points before halftime, but let's remember we do get the ball first. It starts the third quarter, so a touchdown would be nice. Even a field goal would be nice right now, but you don't have to force anything. Don't put yourself in a position where Minnesota's going to come down and get 4 points before half. That was a good throw by Cooper. A good zip on that one.
Move the sticks. Dancer makes the tackle. First down.
Yeah, I thought we would see them go after Cameron Dantzler a lot more than for Patrick Peterson. Not as much as I thought so far.
Under a minute to go. Pressure put on. That pass is scooped at the 50-yard line. And that's Dantzler. I think they're going to call it a bouncing ball. We're going to wait for the signal here from the officials. For the moment,
watching live, I thought he called it.
Minnesota the ball, and obviously, if it's a turnover, it gets reviewed. Does he indeed make the grab?
I think the nose of the ball hit the ground. I'm not sure what the rule is on that.
Terry McCauley is indicating to us. Terry, what are you seeing?
Yeah, that's it.
Looks incomplete to me. He does not get control before the ball.
They changed the rules all the damn time. So
about the time the hands come together, incomplete pass.
It kind of rolled up on its point, didn't it? And it looked like that part hit the ground. Watch the point of the ball kind of.
The ball can hit the ground, but you have to have complete control of it, and the ground cannot have assisted you in
He does
control.
not get control between his hands before that happens. And that's a great shot right there. It's incomplete.
Perfect. Scott Novak ready to make the call.
After looking at the play, the ball hit the ground. It's incomplete.
That's what I was just talking about.
That's the way replay should work. I mean, it's pretty obvious. You saw it.
That's what I was just talking about.
Story.
Yeah,
Sitting here trying to force stuff, and you're going to go into halftime 17-3 down. It's not worth it. We get the ball first, especially after that. Come out and deal on this football, regroup, and let's go. Let's go after halftime. If you want to try something short, easy, that you know for a fact is going to be completed. See if maybe your receiver can break them. Or the running back or whoever you toss it to.
Second down and 10.
We don't need to force nothing here. We're still in this game.
All the speed wide receivers now top of the screen.
Goes the other way, and good coverage there. That's intended for the tight end Schultz. You got Dantzler covering on that play. So it's going to be third down and 10 for Dallas.
And you're going to give the ball back to Minnesota with 40 seconds left if you don't get it.
Watch him right here. Just get this push going right back into Cooper Rush.
I don't understand the thought management of this team sometimes.
That is a problem. And that's tying second.
Third down and 10.
So Tyron Smith out of the game.
Oh, Collins is in the game on the left side. Pass interference. He pushed him down. What are you looking at?
Cleveland covering on the play. And slow getting up as he hops to his feet.
Yeah, that would be a problem right
Well,
there.
best case scenario, we're going to halftime down 10-3.
Right now. Let's take a look.
I really don't think Minnesota is going to try to force anything. They already have a lead. There's no reason for them to try to give us an opportunity to go into halftime with momentum.
Back to Smith, Tyron there. He was on the injury list this week with an ankle issue. Guess that his problem has played to this point tonight. but now it's 4th down.
Yeah, but it was a different series that time because they were chipping and holding the tight end in and doing different things that if Tyron Smith is in the game, that's what first drew my attention over there. It was like, they never chipped to his side and help him. It wasn't him.
So Brian Anger, his first punt of the night. Fair caught at the 15-yard line by KJ Osborne, and we will be back in 30 seconds after this from AWS.
25 yards downfield. Murray back to throw. Flushed out. Rolling left in trouble. Slips a tackle. Gotta watch it. Left side. Into the end zone. Jump ball. And it is. Is it caught? Is it caught? Oh my goodness, it's shot. DeAndre Hopkins caught it. He caught it for the touchdown. I can't believe it.
Stat that.
37 seconds, and Kirk Cousins has one timeout. Great opening drive, almost perfect.
All right, we'll see what the Vikings do.
3.5 minutes, but not much since that Cowboy defense has dug in.
And they needed to because this thing would have got out of hand if they hadn't.
That goes into triple figures as Amir Smith-Marset, a rookie out of Iowa.
I think it's about time for Trayvon Diggs' 8th interception.
Trayvon Diggs had a little chance on that one, and he definitely is one of those guys that wants to take some chances. You'll see him looking in at the quarterback, right? And when he thinks he can cheat just a little bit, he's going to try and jump it. Just couldn't quite undercut that one that time, but you do have to keep your eyes on him.
They're going to keep that interception streak alive and make it 8 on the season. 2nd down and 4. Cousins, he's going to keep it. And he's going to get hit up at the 34-yard line by Jordan Lewis.
They're going to try to go? What are they going to try to do? They're going to try to go.
Get up to the line of scrimmage, try to save that timeout for what it's worth.
You're not going to have time to use it.
Worth very much by the time they get this play off.
Wow.
Yeah,
I was just talking about our clock management.
Like a pelt up on the board for whatever reason, I have no idea. Yeah, 1 second. Now you got a timeout. I mean, what are you doing at that point?
I mean, it's not going to be easy either way, but you certainly can't waste everything. And when
I can see that.
Yourself in that kind of a hole.
I don't necessarily agree with you, but I can see.
Yeah, everybody in the wrong position for the play.
I can see how you got there.
Now maybe throw a Hail Mary. Yeah, meanwhile, Cousins didn't slide to a stop on that last run. The one thing about him, though, he has been unbelievably durable. Only was one start in the last several years.
Halftime. I'll be back, guys.
And not because of an injury either. So that's the end of the half. It's 10-3 in favor of the Vikings. Coming up next, we're at halftime with Mike Tirico on the game. Mike.
Thanks, Al. Bad clock management remains undefeated. Wow. What do you think for us?
This Mike Zimmer defense is hard to go against, especially in Minnesota. They get caught some errant throws and been able to force a turnover.
For that reason, if I'm Mike McCarthy in the Dallas locker room, I'm going to my offensive line. We've got to run the ball better. You guys have to take over. We got to take some pressure off Cooper Rush.
No 10-plus yard runs for the Cowboys in the first half. So halftime is coming up. Big win for the Saints on Halloween. Crazy scene inside their locker room, including their quarterback, whose season may be done, on crutches celebrating. Happy Halloween. Be right back.
Want more stats? Hey Siri, who leads the league in interceptions?
Jimmy Fallon's got just what you need for fall.
Pumpkin spice latte!
This week, Jimmy's new with the voices of Ariana Grande, Kristen Stewart, Kumail Nanjiani, Kieran Culkin, and Bad Bunny. New Fallon.
We heard you got a new Civic.
This is my car.
I heard you put $0 down.
$0 down.
How does that make you feel?
It feels great because I'm in veterinarian school, so it's hard to come up with the down payment.
Would it be okay if Honda helped you a little bit more? Here's $1,000 gift card for gas or whatever.
Today, we help the new Civic owner. We can help you too with a great deal on an award-winning Honda. KBB.com, best value brand for 2021. Right now, you can lease a 2021 Pilot EXL for just $299 a month plus tax.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 17, 32, 37, 38. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 61. Come on.
96, 97, 98, 99.
100. Leading the world in healing muscles, joints, and bones for 100 years. Scottish Rite for Children.
Honor to the soldier and sailor everywhere who bravely bears his country's cause.
For the service you have done in this great struggle, I present you sincere thanks for myself and for the country.
And we remember those who were prepared to make that sacrifice if it were demanded of them in the line of duty.
For upon the outcome depends the freedom of your lives.
The first ever Genesis GV70. Proud to be named Motor Trend's 2022 SUV of the Year.
When Texans need answers, no one is more relentless in pursuing the truth.
Welcome to the Toyota halftime. Let's go places.
First drive is the best drive. Touchdown to Adam Thielen. He got 3 catches, 55 yards. Cousins threw. Thielen took it in. That combo's been good in Minneapolis for the last several years. As the Vikings up 5-7, as we welcome you to Toyota halftime, Mike Tirico, Tony Dungy, and Drew Brees. So Cooper Rush is trying to win his first NFL start, like somebody else did earlier today. A surprising one for the Jets. Former Cowboys draft pick Mike White out of Western Kentucky. What a day he had, Drew.
Yeah, he did. Phenomenal performance by this young man. Inspired his team. They pulled out some trickeration too. They needed everything today. But his confidence and poise really had his team rallied today.
405 yards, 3 touchdowns, and his Jets beat previously 5-2 Cincinnati. Now, Cincinnati hosts Cleveland. Big game next week. Cleveland hosted Pittsburgh today. Tony, their kicker was hurt. Fourth quarter, 4th and goal. They go for it.
Yeah, forced the Steelers to not take the field goal, go for the touchdown. They got the 6 points.
Great catch by Fryermuth, the rookie tight end out of Penn State. And the Browns, next possession, Jarvis Landry fumbles here.
Mike Tomlin was angry in his midweek press conference. I think that rubbed off on his defense. They made some plays today.
Yeah, Steelers standing with you, won 3 in a row, now 4-3. Now for the AFC South, a key turnover in regulation, and Carson Wentz does it again in overtime.
Yeah, he's throwing it into way too many defenders there. This was a game the Colts really need to win at home. 2 late interceptions cost them.
With the field goal by Randy Bullock, it's an OT win for the Titans. They are up 3 plus the head-to-head in the South. Halfway through, you'll see the Titans and the Rams next Sunday night. In LA today, Justin Herbert taught Bill Belichick defense.
Yes, he did. A lot of tight man coverage, different looks, confusion. Not a great day for the Chargers offense.
The Pats were now 4-4. And in New Orleans, Drew, once again, the Saints defense against Tom Brady.
Yeah, they got after him in the first half, really unsettled him in the pocket. Even after some success with the Bucs offense in the second half, they came up with this big stop when they needed to. 3 turnovers by the Saints defense today.
E.J. Williams, the pick 6. So Brady against the Saints. As a Tampa Bay Buccaneer, he has lost 7 games, 3 of them to New Orleans. As a Buccaneer, he's thrown 20 interceptions, 7 in those 4 games by the New Orleans defense. So there's that story. The big story of this game was the injury of the quarterback for the Saints, Jameis Winston. Mike Florio has more on that, Mike.
Yeah, Winston suffered left knee injury in the second quarter. After the game, Coach Sean Payton said that it's significant. It's pointing to a torn ACL for Winston, which would end his season. Quarterback Taysom Hill suffered a concussion 3 weeks ago. I'm told he's expected to be cleared to play next weekend against the Falcons. That would give the Saints some help. Also, they got plenty of help today from Trevor Siemian. backs.
Yeah, so it's Taysom Hill, Trevor Siemian, and the rookie out of Notre Dame, Ian Book, is the quarterback group. So that immediately leads to this question. Has your phone been ringing?
Let me check. Let me make sure. I think
It may not ring, but I heard some buzzing up there. It's on silent.
Are you going to be there Saturday?
I'll be there Saturday to call Notre Dame Navy game.
And here on Sunday?
And I'll be here.
Okay, good. So that answers that question. So sorry, New Orleans writers. We just took the story away from you. How will Simeon do as a quarterback?
I think he's going to do well. And it's the exact reason Sean Payton brought him in last year when I got hurt. He's a cerebral guy. He knew he could pick up the system quickly. He can execute it. And bottom line is this. He's got two really good running backs. He's got a great defense. The defense is playing outstanding. So play within the system. And I think Sean Payton has a lot of confidence in him.
You talk about great defense, Mike. You showed those graphics. Rodney Harrison sat in that chair for 12 years, and he told me to play Tom Brady, you have to have tight, physical man coverage. You have to have great pass rush. The Saints have that, and that's why they give him so many problems.
And a chance to make the race in the South for the second half of the year. Drew's going to be with me this weekend. All of us at NBC Sports can't wait. What should be an awesome couple of days coming up next weekend.
Are you ready for it?
They're all in line, and we're ready for the start. They're off. He kicks by on, down to the line. And it's through. Touchdown, Notre Dame.
Let's go, boys.
Are you ready for it?
So Notre Dame now up to number 8. The great rivalry renewed with Navy. The Breeders' Cup World Championship, the Classic in primetime Saturday night. A NASCAR champion decided on Sunday. And then the Titans and the Rams, division leaders, on Sunday Night Football. Rams not a division leader. They're chance to challenge that with Arizona coming up. Both teams are 7-1. Toyota now reminds you to feel the power of their hybrid SUVs.
All right, just a quick recap here. In the middle of a halftime, I think that Cooper Rush has looked more or less okay. He had the pick. He had the other one that almost got picked, but it hit the ground. I'm more disappointed in defensive penalties than I am Cooper Rush. Jumping off sides on 4th and 5, giving them a first down when they're about to punch the football. One of the few times you managed to get off the field on 3rd down at the start of the game, you get pass interference, give them the first down. And it didn't end up, I guess, affecting the game because, like, when we jumped off sides on the punt, they ended up getting a field goal. So I guess it did affect the game. But yeah, I had my brought my bag of chips in here, and then for a split second I forgot I was streaming and I started eating. And then it occurred to me people might not want to watch me eat, so anyway, we're still, I'm not going to say we're right where we want to be. Obviously, you want to be ahead, but especially with the type of game we've had. Because everyone missed a field goal. I feel like the offense has moved the ball well, more often than not. I see people dragging Cooper Rush on Facebook, but nobody's saying anything about the defensive penalties, like I said. So he's had Blake Jarwin dropped a pass to hit him right between the 8 and the 9. So could he have played better? Yeah, but I don't know how much better you can expect a guy that has literally no experience, basically, to play in his first start. Before tonight, he's thrown 3 passes in his career. So got a touchdown on the first drive, Minnesota, and then the defense kind of locked up. But then, like I said, penalties, not being able to get out the field a couple of those times. Blake Jarwin dropping the pass. It's little things like that you. There's a lot of missing field goals. You don't ever want to have those kind of mistakes, but especially tonight of all nights, you really can't afford to have those kind of mistakes. You gotta, when you're playing with a backup quarterback, especially one that doesn't have any experience, the idea is to take as much pressure off of him as possible. Try and make his job easy. Try and do things that give him more confidence and not like I've made the comment a couple of times, not making him feel like, oh damn, I'm gonna have to go win this game. Just let him drive the bus. Try not to put him in a situation where he's gonna have to do too much or even feel like he has to do too much. Because with a lot of these inexperienced quarterbacks, the type of mental toughness that Dak has, where, no matter what happens in the game and the adversity and everything, and you still can just keep your feet dug in and just keep going and not let it get to you, just stay committed to the task and not let the pressure of the moment of what's going on weigh you down. The only way that you get that type of poise and that type of mental toughness is you got to have skins on the wall. You got to go through it. You got to have that experience. So it's very easy for not just a backup quarterback, but especially one like Cooper Rush who doesn't have any experience. It's very easy for him in a situation where the game isn't away from you. Like right now, the game is not away from us, but it's very easy for somebody like that to feel like the game is away from them. You've seen the defense commit some penalties. You've seen them jump off sides and give them another first down when you were about to get the ball back, which led to a field goal. You've seen a guy drop a ball when you hit him, right in the numbers. So,
Cooper Rush, 10 out of 17.
And like I said, with all of that being said, and the fact that he doesn't have experience, I think that he's handled all of that really well. He did have the one pick, then he had the other one that was almost picked if it didn't hit the ground. But I really think that we will be fine. I'm not saying we're going to win, but all we got to do is just show Cooper Rush that we got his back. Defense makes some plays. Let Zeke make some runs. Receivers actually catch the ball when it goes into you. Don't do anything that makes him feel like he has to be human. Because like I said, he doesn't have any experience, so it's really easy for somebody like that to feel like the game is away from you and, oh, damn, I got to go, try to force something to happen when really the game isn't away from you. But he doesn't have that experience to have the knowledge that the game isn't away from you and you can just continue on your current trajectory and the problems are going to take care of themselves. He doesn't have the skins on the wall today. So you got to take care of him. You got to take care of his head. So that's my take. But
now out with a shoulder injury. He's disappointed in his run game. He said they're going to stick with it. He believes some big ones are going to break now.
All right, so Nseki, number 79, takes Smith's spot at left tackle on the 25-yard line. Elliott going to be picked this up along the way. Calf injury 2 weeks ago sustained by Dak Prescott. Worked out tonight. Looked like he was going to play, but they opted to look at the longer term, unless we see Cooper Rush making his first career start.
Yeah, the Minnesota Vikings, 37% blitz rate in that first half. That was their highest since week 1 of the season. And now with Nseki in there at left tackle, I think you're only going to see more.
Cooper Rush can only play at the line.
To 39 yards.
Play action.
Passes low.
Come on, Dalton Schultz. That's exactly what I was just talking about. I know that the ball was low, But you got to catch that.
Let's take a look at Emerson Griffin here in the first half when he was working against Tyron Smith.
He's a backup quarterback. He hasn't played. Some of the balls are going to be off. That's when you got to bail him out. You're a starter. He's not.
Things started to break a little bit for Emerson Griffin. So that is going to be something I think you'll see tight ends that side. You'll see chipping that side. They have to keep Cooper Rush clean.
And Griffin pulling every move he has. 3rd and 8. Right over the middle.
Wow, what a dime.
And Wilson inside the 10. All along the end zone.
Wow.
Cedric Wilson.
That was a very Dak-like dime from Cooper Rush there.
As well as anybody, because they have played so much on the scout team in practice.
They're just going to try and do a typical cover 2 defense. The safety split, and then it's supposed to be Mackenzie Alexander running down the field with that middle read seam throw, and it just broke wide open. The 2 safeties were
He didn't know where Cedric Wilson was going. It looked like a washing machine with a spin cycle. Look at that. Oh, he's over here. Oh, he's over here. Oh, where'd he go?
73 yards on the 3rd and 8.
All right, tie game.
Ties the game at 10.
53 seconds.
53 seconds into the 3rd quarter. On the last night of October in Minneapolis.
Like I said, I'm going off on everybody if we win this game. Haters will get no mercy from me. We just went out there. If it happens the way I want it to happen, it's just going to be like, we went out there against a good football team. Make no bones about it. Minnesota, I don't care what people say. Minnesota is a good football team. Their defense is tied for the league lead in sacks.
Proud to be named Overtrend's
Well,
2022
now they have the league lead in sacks because they were tied with the league lead in sacks coming in, and they have one already tonight. So they're league leaders in sacks. They got Thielen, they got Jefferson, they got almost as threatening of the receiving core as we do. They got Dalvin Cook running the rock. They got Kirk Cousins throwing it. That's a good football team. If we go out there, we beat a good football team that's lost 3 games by a combined 11 points, all to playoff teams. 1 point to Arizona, 3 points to Cincinnati, and 7 points to Cleveland. If we go out there and beat them with Cooper Rush, don't nobody want that smoke. Nobody wants that smoke if that happens. I promise. Let it happen. Let Cooper Rush go win this game.
And afford the best. With the Lowe's home team,
I'm taking everybody home.
Try out the Lowe's home team today.
Halftime tonight, they honored Steve Hutchinson, the great guard who went into the Hall of Fame. There was Dave Baker, the retiring head of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. There was the bust, which had led the way for what a good ground-gaining teams that included, among others, Adrian Peterson. So the Vikings will get the ball. The game is tied now, and they will start.
Now is the perfect time for a Trayvon Diggs house call.
Let's take a look first at the interception and where the safeties are back here on that play. They're squeezed right down the middle, right? This one is a completely different defense. Watch these safeties fly out of here. So there's no choice. Mackenzie Alexander has to be the answer in the middle of the field. And either he's wrong or those safeties are wrong.
Dak is loving it.
No chance of that one going.
We got you, big boy. Get well soon. We're going to hold it down for you.
to get into the end zone. Cousins, ton of time. He throws deep and it's incomplete.
Good deflection there. If they call Diggs for PI again,
46-yard line.
I can see the first one. I didn't agree with it, but I can see it. That was just two guys fighting over the ball.
Legal contact. Defense number 7. 5-yard penalty.
Okay, I didn't see that.
Jefferson is still down.
I thought they were throwing something on the actual pass break.
Deep over and back route that everybody's running right now, and whereas Diggs just sort of giving him a little push.
Now that's what everybody's going to talk about if the Giants lose this game. Oh, look on Jefferson. And not even mention the fact that we played the whole damn game with Cooper Rush.
Still down on the field.
He tried to get up, and now he does get up.
He'll be all right. He'll probably be back out.
Second year man, LSU. He played with a few good guys down there. Joe Burrow is his quarterback. Jamar Chase was on the other side.
Yeah, 1,400 yards as a rookie, second all time in the National Football League. Pro Bowl, second team All Pro.
The gritty dance, famous.
Like that. You know, he played slot in college at LSU, and everybody thought, he can't play outside. He's not going to make those plays. And so they started him in the slot here in Minnesota and then just gave him a chance, and that was that. He just took off from there.
It took a long time to get to the bench. KJ Osborne, 17.
It's all right, defense. That's not all right. That's not all right at all.
20 after the 50-yard line. His biggest gain of the night.
Lord, don't let this turn into a shootout. I know I've been praising Cooper Rush.
The center here at Bradbury takes.
I won't trust him in a shootout. He's too inexperienced.
The big, huge nose tackles right on him, but that's the reason he was drafted. The quickness on the outside, and then Christian Darrisaw and what he's been able to do.
Put your boots on defense. The mud's gonna get thick.
There, big guys. You got a heck of a back line.
Flat comes in from behind. At the 43-yard line is where he gets stopped, but everybody's moving back, which means offense.
Offense. Number 35. 10-yard penalty. First down.
So Luke Stocker, the tight end.
And kind of went diving for the legs at the end, but I think he also wrapped his arms around the leg. And that's what's killer. Everybody wants to stay with the running game. Defenses are allowing it. LAD loves it. They let you do that. So we see so many defenses now, Al, with all that shell coverage, basically daring you to run the ball. But those holding calls and penalties just you destroy drives. Now you have to throw it.
First down, 20. Back to the 39-yard line to the outside. Trying to get some blocking.
Micah took the long way around there, but he got there.
And it'll be second down and long. Early in the third quarter, 10-10 at US Bank Stadium.
Well, you don't
Checking
see
on the
many
World Series.
linebackers that can run around the backside of a quick screen and catch somebody that can run like Dalvin Cook. Micah Parsons is something.
Second and 16. Running back now is Madison. Go back in there. Play fake. This is Conklin making the grab. And Conklin all the way to the 45 of the Cowboys. Nice game there.
Same score as last time, still holds. Rays 5-4. Going into the fifth inning now.
So active. 37 catches for him in his last 10 games after just 17 in his first 43. And there's great young player Justin Jefferson. Hoping to get him back. Well, that really makes this offense different when he's not out there. Okay, Osborne, a good player though, number 17 in the game now.
That's three receivers to the left side.
Ooh, that ball went on the ground, boy. Woo!
With his fifth sack.
Kirk Cousins got lucky. He was already going down. He fell right on top of it. That ball was out.
Pushes him back into their own territory.
We need you to be ball hungry today.
Yeah, I watched Gregory sort of use Darrisaw's hands against him. into him, out and around.
Oh, I was about to go crazy.
Just leaning too far forward, and I'll tell you, Kirk Cousins was lucky to hang on to that football.
CD Lamb is back to accept this pick.
No offsides this time. Yay.
Bounces at the 15. And bounces sideways. Down to the 16.
I can't be the only one impressed with the way that Cooper Rush has carried himself tonight. Yeah, he's made some mistakes, but like I said, he's a backup quarterback. He's got no experience.
In 2016,
Dak has been doing this forever, and he still makes mistakes. So people that are dragging Cooper Rush on Facebook because he's not playing perfect.
I really wanted to become a nurse. Amazon helped me with training and tuition. Today, I'm a medical assistant, and I'm studying to become.
After that last touchdown to Cedric Wilson, he's probably got the most confidence he's had all night. I'll put it that way. If there was ever a time to let him rip it, it's right now.
Always.
I'm still, you don't, with our run game the way that it is, you really don't need to do that. I mean, if there's something there, you see a clear one-on-one, or just a clear window that you're going to get, absolutely go for it.
Remember Daddy's birthday's tomorrow.
I don't want Cooper Rush trying to beat Dak Prescott out there because he's not. So we're going to lose the game.
Evolve your journey beyond the pump in the first ever Tucson plug-in hybrid EV.
With DirecTV Stream, I can get live TV and on demand together. Watch Serena Williams, Wonder Woman. Serena, Wonder Woman. Serena.
I really hope Dak is okay, man. I feel like the team knows more than they're saying. Because in my pregame video, I was adamant that Dak was going to play today.
Get your TV together with the best of live and on demand. Introducing DirecTV.
And they said that it was going to be a game-time decision. They were going to see how his pregame warm-ups went. Pregame warm-ups was nothing out of the ordinary. About the same as always. Nothing really bad or controversial to talk about. And they were like, no, you're not playing. It's going to be Cooper Rush. So,
all the cute little animals. It's too much.
Define too much.
What's wrong with cute animals?
So we doing this or what?
let's look at our remaining schedule. We got the Broncos
Someone's got to
next
break the
time.
news to Mittens. She's a diva.
I know we run the gauntlet at the end of the year.
Sunday Night Football is brought to you by Simply Safe, professionally monitored 24/7 for superior home security. By Lowe's, we put the home in Home Team. By Hyundai Tucson and Santa Fe plug-in hybrid EVs. And by Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Broncos, Falcons.
The SMB Wolfpack.
Those are two, I'm not going to say easy wins, but
Section 5, foreign championship game Friday. Sanjay Red, number 5, had 20.
certainly feel good about those. The Chiefs, still a giant question mark. They're 3 and 4, but you feel like I have a hard time believing we're not going to turn this around. Then we got, at the end of the season, we run the gauntlet. At Chiefs, at home against the Raiders for Thanksgiving, and watch us play.
He does. Very important role.
Hurry up and snap it. Hurry up and snap it.
On the 16-yard line, Dallas now begins this drive.
At the end of the season, we start with week 11. We run the gauntlet at Chiefs, at home against the Raiders for Thanksgiving, at Saints,
The long snapper.
at Washington, at Giants, at home against Washington, at home against Arizona, and then at Eagles.
I love the end zone celebration. There we go. Did you teach him that, little pal? Come on.
Our last 5 games are 4 division games in Arizona.
You and Mark so proud. That's great.
Damn.
2nd down and 8 from the 18-yard line. Rush. Hanging in there. Texan holds up. And the pass is incomplete.
I always get so excited when I see a quarterback just turn one loose like that. I don't care who the quarterback is.
This is such a.
They just got the ability to be a big bomb.
For the Minnesota Vikings, if they're playing at home and can't beat the Dallas Cowboys, that's a bit of a train wreck.
Especially in the division with Green Bay. 3rd down and 8.
Let's go, Cooper.
From the 18-yard line. Spinning away.
That's that inexperience. He needed to get rid of that, but he felt like he had a shot downfield if he could hold the ball for another second. I guarantee you Dak doesn't do
You're
that.
trying to set up outside as the left tackle, right? Mission accomplished. So now you have the angle to cut him off as your quarterback.
Al Michaels is right.
The problem is that
If we can come in here and steal this game on the road against a good football team with Cooper Rush, that says a lot about. It says more about us than I think it says about Minnesota. I know that a lot of people are going to mean Minnesota to hell if they lose this game, but that's a true championship culture there. When you can rally around your injured quarterback and go and literally win a game for him in a hostile environment. And rally around your backup. That says a lot. The fact that we're even in this game says a lot.
Yeah. I am. You don't need
Previous Cowboy teams. I don't even think it's so much about Cooper Rush. Yeah, Cooper Rush is playing okay. But
Kevin, you can use your phone.
previous Cowboy teams with Brandon Whedon, Matt Castle, and go on down the list. This game is over already. I guarantee you.
Sheldon, we're definitely not making flavors of no-shows.
All right, defense, we need you to step up again. We're leaning on you heavily, I know, but we knew that coming in.
Wait, then why are you dressed like that?
My wife likes it.
Spicy.
Oral on fire in the boudoir.
This is called momentum.
I don't necessarily disagree with Kelvin's play calling on the last drive. He wanted to show Cooper Rush that he's got faith in him. You know, the guy throws a 50-yard bomb for a touchdown or however far it was.
Just a continuous journey of improvement.
And then you come out next drive and put the reins back on him, run, punt. That's not going to make him feel good. So I get it.
Introducing Wendy's new hot and crispy fries. Preferred almost 2-to-1 over McDonald's. Try them today, only at Wendy's.
Here's a little question for you. Why are there interstate highways in Hawaii?
Yo, I was wondering, why does quicksand work so slow?
They should call it then slow sand.
Shouldn't the word ambiguous have more than one meaning?
What if we made the first thing you want other drivers to notice unnoticeable until they turn on?
Question everything. We did. It's your journey in the all-new Hyundai Tucson. Our best Tucson ever.
Here we go. From the final knockouts to the final steal. The biggest surprise is Ed Sheeran's final reveal.
My and Blake's relationship originated a secret.
I know, man. I've been waiting on Diggs' interception all game, man.
Next weekend, 4 drivers will race for the championship of the NASCAR Cup Series Championship race from Phoenix.
Man, that was such BS today with NASCAR. Kyle Buschman is second. Second in the race at Martinsville. 3 points below the cut line. So he's going to be racing, but he won't be racing for a championship next week in Phoenix.
Cousins fires, caught, first down, and more.
Come on, Brown. We got to have better coverage than that. World Series is still 5-4 Braves, top of the 5th inning. For anybody who
I
cares.
just think he's a clever route runner. I really do. Watch him force hard inside and then come right back into Brown here and basically back him off and then come back and make the catch. So that sort of creative nature of his route running has really put him over the top.
Whatever you do not let Dalvin Cook get hot. That is one thing you absolutely cannot afford.
Cook for 49 yards tonight.
And they were really worried about the Dallas Cowboys defense, about the edge. And so they felt like that if they could keep their running backs inside, they would have a really good shot.
I think that Cedric Wilson can be that
Parsons on the edge a lot more,
able.
but so far tonight,
I really do. He's kind of a speedy guy. I mean, he's no Brandon Cooks or Tyreek Hill, but he got some move in those legs. I think we could use him that way if we wanted to.
First down. There's Cook in each of the last 2 games.
Problem is he's a smaller guy, so he's not a guy that, you know, if you got a one-on-one 50-50 ball, he's not a guy that more often than not is going to go up and get it. if you're talking about just running straight as fast as you can and leaving defenders behind you, I think Cedric Wilson can do that.
Outside looking. Nothing this time. Number 91 is right there. That's Carlos Watkins. Spent his first 4 seasons in Houston with the Texans, now here.
Yeah, watch Carlos Watkins here. His own little spin move. Don't see many nose tackles that can add one of these to the back end of the play, but forced it back inside, then split off and made the tackle.
Halfway mark of the third quarter. Time of 10, second down and 12.
Ooh.
Cousins floats one. And incomplete. The pressure put on that time. Intended to Jefferson, covered by Brown. 3rd and 12 for the Vikings.
Yeah, and you're seeing the Cowboys now going a little bit more to that 5-man line, sort of that bare front looking where they condense down the 3 tackles, the nose tackle all inside. And all they're trying to do really is just isolate those 2 edge pass rushers to give them some one-on-ones on the outside tackles.
Dial it up, Dan Quinn. 3rd and 12. You got to get off the field here.
Cousins on 3rd and 12.
Cannot let them stay on the field right here.
To the outside, they'll be caught.
There you go.
Good
swarm. Good swarm.
Makes the grab. Forward progress gets into the 23. Setting up about a 41-yard field goal attempt. They're trying to break the tie by Greg Joseph.
Yeah, Dan Quinn just said thank you. I'm going to take that 5-yarder all day.
Second attempt for Joseph. He was good from 45. Jordan Berry for the hold. And that gives the Vikings.
Try to put some voodoo on it. It didn't work.
6.5 left in the third. 13-10. Minnesota.
All right, here we go. Miller in motion. Wait, is that a baby on the field?
It looks like it, Craig.
And the defensive linemen are playing peekaboo. I've never seen anything like that before.
Harris now appears to be burping the baby.
That's a great moment right there.
Ref going to the rule book here.
Oh, wait a minute. Harris is off to the races.
We don't need any more trick plays.
Touchdown!
But we could all use more ways to save.
Are you kidding me? That's going to be a long bus ride home for the defense.
Switch to Geico for more ways to save.
5 days. The Avengers are Thor, Spider-Man, but we have Dina. The Marvel Cinematic Event arrives. Eternals Assemble. Marvel Studios Eternals 3P13 is Friday.
Have a good time, baby. I'll see you when you get back.
Thanks, boo. Okay, outfit. Okay, Monday. Hey, girl. I can't believe you brought a chair. You never know. This is so nice. Thank you. Upgrade. What time is the plug-in set? Girl, when we get there, okay? Okay. And we're good on gas, right? This is a plug-in hybrid. We're good on everything. Excuse me.
Evolve your journey with the all-new Hyundai Tucson plug-in hybrid EV.
New brisket at Chipotle. Seasoned, smoked, seared, spiced, sauced, bold, and guac. It's a whole new kind of brisket done the Chipotle way.
See what's behind me.
All right, Saturday morning, 2 clubs vying to get back on top of the Premier League table. Manchester City against Manchester United. Manchester Derby. Saturday, 8:30 Eastern on NBC.
All right.
US Bank Stadium.
Let's see if we can go down and take the lead now.
13-10 Vikings on top. Vikings trying to go to 4-3. Dallas trying to extend a winning streak since the opening night loss to Tampa to 6 games. And Pollard from a yard in. He's going to run it back. Dances his way out to the 21-yard line. Chris.
All right, let's take a look at our next gen stats powered by AWS. And I say, why not CD? CD Lamb has been getting open. He has 45 yards worth of catches. But this guy has contested catches on only 6% of his routes run. What does that mean? That means he's open a lot. And when you have a young quarterback in there like Cooper Rush, or at least an experienced quarterback, it's nice to throw to open guys. And on this team, CD Lamb is that guy.
Start on the ground here. And about a 4-yard gain for Elliott before he gets bunched up at the 24-yard line. Lamb's caught 3 tonight. Cooper's caught 3 tonight. Of course, the big one was for Wilson for 73 yards. And there is the family. Lauren is his wife, Matt and Francis, mom and dad. They come to a lot of the games, but for the most part, all they've been able to do through the years is watch Cooper on the sideline. Not tonight. 2nd and 6. Fires caught. It's a first down. And that is Amari Cooper over the sticks on the pass from Rush.
Yeah, Cameron Dantzler out there, who is probably going to get picked on a little bit here the rest of the way, filling in for Patrick Peterson. He's a really talented player. They really feel like that he's got all the package. They just think that sometimes he can get a little undisciplined, a little unfocused, but he's been practicing much better the last few weeks. Not that we ever hear about a bad practice from anybody. Horrible practice.
Next time we hear it will be the first. From the 34-yard line. Rush. Finds time. Goes deep.
Nothing there.
Off that time by Anthony Barr, sending Rush to the ground. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, you come out on that little semi-bootleg, and I tell you, Anthony Barr is one of those guys that when he reads something, he gets there fast. You see him all the time. You watch his highlight tape. So many of his big plays come on some of those bootleg kind of plays where he just shoots the gap, and he is all over quarterbacks.
So when he took over, he was his first draft choice back in 14 at UCLA, Anthony Barr.
Hurry up.
2nd and 10, the play clock at 3.
Hurry up.
And he's got a call a timeout.
I hope we don't need that later.
In a close game in the second half. But that play clock was going to 0.
Definitely better than taking a 5-yard punt.
Cowboys with Dak over the past 2 years, 7-4 the record. 7.8 yards per play, and a 3-to-1 touchdown interception ratio. Of course, he went out last year in the Giants game in the middle of October. All of the QBs during that period of time, mainly Dalton, 4 and 7, with 5.2 yards to play. So obviously, he's not only gigantic in terms of what he means to Dallas, but as we said before,
let's not forget, we came in here last year and won with Andy Dalton. But Cooper Rush is no Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton is better, more experienced.
This year, the games he was out, they were 32nd or last, as we call it.
They lose this game to Cooper Rush. That's going to be a big stain on them.
7 yards per play. 2nd down and 10 after the timeout. Here's Elliott swinging to the outside. Not much. Setting up 3rd and long. Barr is there on the tackle as the clock runs down to 5 minutes to go in the 3rd.
Just something about Barr when he's playing in the game, and you'll see him all the way across. He just sees things. And I think that in that particular case, he was able to read Tyler Biotish as he was going to pull maybe by his stance or whatever, because he got some jump on that.
Cowboys went no huddle trying to catch Minnesota, not changing the defense, but now they have to wait till everybody is set and the pass goes to the outside. And nothing doing there for Cedric Wilson. They stop him. They had Harrison Smith on a safety blitz that time coming in, putting the heat on Rush, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, and they basically forced that high
You haven't led all game
with what they did against that protection because once the center turned away to the opposite side of the blitz from Harrison Smith, Cooper Rush knew he had to get rid of it. There was no way he could do anything but check it down. One team on.
I don't know, man. I mean,
one was 54, the other was
Zerline was less than stellar on opening night against Tampa, but it seems like to me he's been pretty good since then. I think he missed one in the Chargers game. I can't think of another time. And certainly going into a game on the road in a hostile environment against a good football team with a backup quarterback is not real difficult. If you had to pick a night where you wanted your kicker to be off, that would not be at the top of the list. I'll just put it that way. But
Illegal use of window.
He gets FOMO. Fear of missing notes.
Zerline's not playing bad enough where I think you can justify going out and trying to get a guy because there's no guarantee the guy that you bring in, unless he's well established, would be any better than he is. You feel pretty dumb if you cut Zerline, who is more or less, for the most part, pretty reliable. And then bring in a guy and he can't. He couldn't make a field goal if he paid him $20 million from 30 yards.
You know how some carriers give you so little for your older busted phone, you just end up living with it? I don't think so. Verizon lets you trade in your broken phone for a shiny new one. You break it, we upgrade it. You dunk it, doggy bone it, slam it, wham it, strawberry jam it. We upgrade it. Get a 5G phone on us with select plans. Every customer, current, new, or business. Because everyone deserves better. And with plans starting at just $35, better costs less than you think.
Get football on your terms with NFL Game Pass.
Let's go, on, man.
See every snap from every game.
There he goes.
Watch your team on your time.
Jefferson, still going.
And listen to all the action as it happens.
Walk the dog, G. Flipping, grab the one to Adams. Snatch it. Touchdown.
This season, get football on your terms
Jackpots, baby.
with NFL Game Pass. Now for just $9.99 a month.
Now streaming.
I'm checking. Wanna play?
The killer new series that's certified fresh
I'm looking for a party.
and perfect for Halloween.
Here's your treat.
Chucky. Stream now on demand.
Looking at downtown Minneapolis, Minnesota, tonight's aerial coverage is being brought to you by Geico. So Trayvon Diggs has that interception streak going. Can he get one tonight? Thrown that 4 times, 3 receptions against him, and a touchdown. From the 26-yard line, this drive starts. Cook going to the outside, a little stiff arm there, stays inbound, and then gets gang tackled. Gain of 8. Diggs' season so far.
Need a big
Those
play
picks in
defense.
6 games. Week 1, Week 2 against the Chargers, against the Eagles Week 3, Panthers Week 4. Got 2 in that game. The Giants and the Patriots with that pick 6 last week. Second players from 70. Rod Woodson, the other, for 7 picks in the first 6 games.
But also on the list of 6.
Oh, man. Yeah.
How about that?
People forget. Great player. These days, of course, you think of as the Cowboys coach for the first 29 years. Cousins throws into traffic. Passes many, but
That's one receiver Myron Bradley would not.
anywhere.
But he caught it. Not our problem.
Loss of 4 yards, making it 3rd and 6.
Let's go, defense. Give me a reason to get out of my seat.
You know, you're going to knock off the tight end first.
Feel my blood
Get back underneath. And the cream is flying around out there. He's been making plays on the outside, on the inside, rushing the quarterback.
Doing a checkmate there.
Yeah, and I really, when you watch the tape on him, I think he's just figuring all this stuff out. I don't even think he's that sophisticated with it yet.
Could be a major start, 3rd and 6.
Oh, Mike almost had one. All right.
Off the hands of Dalvin Cook. So they picked up 8 yards on a first down, then lose 4, then throw an incomplete pass, and they have to punt.
I'd say it's a good thing Dalvin Cook got a finger on this one, or that might have been a pick 6. there for Micah Parsons.
Carry for the fourth punt of the night, C.D. Lamb. Hoping to get a chance at a run back.
Get the ball in his hands any way they can. He is really something special in space.
Good angle for the sideline there. Fielded to 31, so 39 yards.
That was risky, C.D. Lamb. There was really no reason to do it.
2:11 to go in the third. We go to Michelle.
Astros have taken the lead against the Braves, up 7-5, going into the bottom of the
Many of
fifth.
them, like Dalvin Cook, KJ Osborne, and Adam Thielen, went trick-or-treating dressed as the football players they hoped to become. Thielen was Randy Moss. And in a bit of foreshadowing, Cooper Rush once dressed as a cowboy, though not the Dallas Cowboy sort. And some still have fun with the holiday. Over the bye week, Keanu Neal and his family attended a Halloween party as the Incredible. Such a fun holiday.
You know, partner, we needed to get dressed up tonight.
We did.
I'm going to dress up as like a steak.
Jim Nance and Tony Romo.
We could have done that.
Go, keep
Or
Bart.
Joe and Troy from the 28-yard line.
You got this, man.
Rush. Well, that is incomplete. Intended for Cedric Wilson. But a flag comes
Yeah, that was kind of.
Alexander, who was beaten on the Wilson touchdown earlier, will get flagged here.
Pass interference. Defense number 24. Ball replaces falling foul. Good stuff.
He was going for the ball, but I think he sort of went along for the ride before he got there. So if he puts that right hand in there and knocks it away, no problem. How much does he do with the left hand? I think is where the issue was. He get hooked around the waist and it's a little too much action.
42-yard line. They said 4 receivers this time. On the left side, Wilson is looking to throw. Shoots his eyes downfield.
Wow.
It's Lane. Only on the 23-yard line. So it took forever for the play to develop, but Lamb kept going downfield, touch to the outside, and Wilson finds him.
Maybe we can have Cedric Wilson play third string.
Excuse me, Lamb just stuck with this thing. He went to the ground almost, was waving his hand down the field saying, I got him. But there aren't many guys that can make a throw like that, especially as a wide receiver on the run. He saw him, picked him up, and just threw it perfectly. What a night. Good night for Cedric Wilson.
His dad played in the NFL, same game with San Francisco and Pittsburgh at the beginning of the century. Here goes Howard, who gets slung down by Woods. Short game.
Cedric Wilson last year was 2 for 2 passing as well with 1 touchdown. So he is well versed, and we talked about him. I thought the play that he made on 4th down against the Patriots in their last game a couple of weeks ago may have in many ways sort of saved the season, because that game and the comeback and the touchdown.
That was great.
C.D. Lamb, none of that happens if Wilson.
Down more, continuing to dig into the bag. Just when you think you found the bottom of it, oh no, there's more.
Final minute of the
Like the oxygen.
third period.
But wait, there's more.
Vikings show blitz. The pass is caught on the outside for
That throw kind of off, but.
Pollard.
And we will have to run another play before the end of the
It's
third
really
quarter.
interesting when they get in that double-A blitz. Cooper Rush has to understand what's going
Let's
on.
go,
and
no
they
field
did
goals.
blitz that time up the middle, which meant the end guy in the line of scrimmage was free.
I feel like the
which meant
longer
he
this
had to
game
get rid of
stays
that
close,
zone.
that's going to
And he
benefit
did.
Minnesota.
So he's making
There's
the
a more
reads
experienced
now.
team.
He's getting
They
more
certainly have
comfortable
more
as the game
experienced
goes on.
quarterback.
Elliott flex on the 3rd and
Let's
8.
go punch these guys in the mouth.
And waiting
Let's go.
seconds in the third. Goes to the outside, and that is no, not caught. Amari Cooper.
All right, field goal.
Would have had it, but
All right,
for that
zero line.
little bobble.
At the end, couldn't stay in bounds.
Just a look, just a, they call that a
I've argued your case against
yeah.
one of my friends here, so
Not to be confused with the double.
let's not go out there and make me look like an idiot, okay?
I think that's what
Let's
we
go
did.
knock this through, tie this game up.
So it's 4th down, and now what would be a game-tying 39-yard field goal attempt by Zerline. Made one from 38, missed one from 43. Brian Anger is the holder. It's not good. Good.
No doubt about it.
So 4 seconds to the end of the third.
You think Vikings fans are shocked that this game is tied right now? I think everybody but Cowboy fans is shocked that this game is tied right now. Frankly, there's some Cowboy fans who's shocked that this game is tied right now.
Packers with that big comeback win the other night, or surprising win, I should say, over the Cardinals. That was their first loss. Cowboys come in 5-1, and the Buccaneers lose today, but they're 6-2 and on top. The non-division leaders right now, 500 to better. Rams 7-1. We get them next week on Sunday night at home against Tennessee. Saints 5-2. Win today, a big one. Vikings 3-3. So they're hanging right in there with the Panthers. So you know it was funny this year. We could say we're at the halfway mark, but we're not quite there. A 17-game season, and of course, last year we went to the extra team in the playoffs. Going to make things very interesting down the stretch.
Yeah, and you do feel teams doing some of the things like the Cowboys did tonight, which is, you know, it is a long year. We do have a lead, and Dak Prescott is so valuable to us. You know, let's make sure he's right for the stretch run.
Well, we should point out again for people who joined us late that Prescott looked good warming up. It was going to be, we understood, a game time decision. He looked like he was going to play. Then they decided to shut him down, and of course they're thinking more longer term than today. And here he was warming up. He looked exactly the way he did on opening night in Tampa.
Yeah, he looked good enough in warm-ups. This has to be 100% precautionary.
The part that didn't make any sense to me was if he looked like that and didn't get to play, then what was the point of having him work out like that? Because he could have easily re-entered the thing doing that.
Fine question.
Thank you very much.
Randy Gregory. Michael Parsons.
Makes the tax. Parsons makes the tackle. We go to the fourth, 13.
All time?
Back after these messages.
That's a tough one.
Don't miss 3 all-new episodes of Wednesday's most watched dramas.
I would say probably Labonte. He was the first driver of the. He drove the interstate batteries. Actually, growing up, before I even really knew what NASCAR was or any of the drivers or anything, I had a Kyle Petty, like die-cast Hot Wheel. I took it out of the package, of course. I didn't know any better.
It's your journey home. The Hyundai
I used to have, you know, like the plastic, the plastic racetrack kit that you get from Walmart. I don't even think they make them anymore, but like the long pieces of track, and you can like snap them together, and it's got the loops and the little motors, and you can like set it up, all up, have your whole room like a big ass racetrack basically. And I used to have that, and I'd race cars on it. I had the WWF ring with the Titantron, the real old school one, where the ring apron opened up like a lid, and you could put all your action figures and little chairs and stuff in there. Then the Titantron had like a magnetic strip on it, and then the action figures had like a little metal thing on the bottom of their feet. You put it on there, and it would read who it was and play their music. It was really badass. I felt like the coolest kid in the world when I had that.
Like the millions of people who rely on Prudential for financial planning and investing, who's your rock?
Hey, it's your journey home. Get 0.9% APR for 60 months on the Elantra or Sonata with new inventory arriving daily. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
Sunday Night Football is brought to you locally by
Not a bad list.
Casino and Resort.
Let's take a look at the Walmart Plus 4K Skycam.
Got my 18 on
Micah Parsons
today.
all over the field tonight.
Trying to cheer Kyle on earlier in Martinsville. It didn't happen.
Coming off the edge, chasing plays down from behind. And of course, you think you want to throw the ball against this young man. I don't think so. Michael Parsons.
He had about as good of a race as you could have, especially considering all the adversity he had to face.
A little more inside linebacker, maybe, than what they even thought.
He had one final Hail Mary at the end trying to pass Bowman, but
so far they haven't had to.
Jimmy Hamlin was mad as hell.
Start the 4th, 2nd, and 12. Keeler on the outside.
He rolled up onto Alex Bowman's victory burnout, looking like one of the bosses from the old classic Need for Speed
When you
games.
think of how many games there are every week in the National Football League just like this, and your team wins and a close one. You think the Minnesota Vikings, every game they play seems like it comes down to the last couple plays in the game.
Vikings, that's a problem. No matter how
They're
many
1 for
yards
9 on 3rd down conversions, and the one they got was like 2 yards.
Rolling, throwing, and another sack.
Oh.
Jordan Lewis. And the crowd begins to get a little impatient. 4th and 3.
I tell you, this Cowboys defense.
7-5, Astros over the Braves in the top of the 6th.
See the head snap back there on.
We might have a game on. When's the next one? When's the next game?
It's not tomorrow. Last couple of years,
Tuesday.
Bigger than I thought.
We might have a game on Tuesday.
Jordan Berry. Flag thrown. Fair catch called for made. At the 17-yard line, but the flag is down to the Dallas.
Well, it's 4th and 8, so as long as it wasn't roughing the punter, it should be a first down. Unless it was some kind of other personal foul.
Holding. Receiving team number 29. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Okay. I'll take that. You certainly don't want any penalty, but
You didn't get 2.
you don't want a penalty that's going to give them,
A host of Olympians
let them keep the ball.
The defending gold medalist women's ice hockey team. This past Wednesday marked 100 days until the opening ceremony for the 2022 Beijing Winter Olympics.
What do you mean as far as who you want to win?
Super Bowl week.
I feel kind of torn, to be honest with you. I'm going for the Braves just because it's been so long since they've won it. I like their story. They've had to overcome a lot this year to get to where they are. And plus, I don't like cheaters. So I'm not saying the Astros are cheating this time, but once you've been caught doing that, everything that you ever win after that, it could have been 50 years ago. And I wonder.
This guy, 40 years in the league.
Like if you cheat on your spouse, it could have been 15 years ago. Yeah, maybe y'all worked it out, stayed together. But the first time you come home late, even after 15 years, I wonder if he's telling me where he was at is really where he was at. But also, I feel kind of like a traitor a little bit because I'm a Rangers fan, but not going for the Texas team that's being represented. But I'm not going to be mad no matter who wins, but I'm going for the Braves. There's Cooper. Well, even if we only get a field goal, we'll take our first lead of the game.
We've seen quarterbacks making their first start. They look like scaredy cats.
No doubt. And he's feeling it right now, but he's also taking advantage of what the Vikings are doing defensively, which is trying to load the box up and force him out of the run game. They basically just dares him to go out and make those 2 throws that he just made.
37.
Whoa.
You know, it only was scaredy cat at home.
That's the thing. I don't like those 10-throw balls. Like, if you can't get it, rather than you trying to make a Herculean effort to catch it off your fingertips, which 999 times out of 1,000 you're not going to be able to do, I would rather you just knock it away.
Second and 10.
Or jump up, let it hit your body or something. I mean, I get it. You're trying to make an effort. You're not trying to get the ball picked off. So sometimes you got to play smart and not try to be Hercules, especially in a game like this. We just got that off. There's CD.
Play right there to Noah Brown, but there is a flag down.
Oh, that's Noah Brown. My
in the
bad.
offensive backfield, and already the signal has the players moving back once they began.
That's what you can't do tonight, guys. I keep saying it.
And it's Ty Secchi taking the place of Tyron Smith.
Come on, Ty Secchi. Tyron Smith better be okay, too. But
Everson Griffin was pointing at the flag immediately. He knew what happened here. Watch the right.
I praised Ty Secchi in my pregame video, and I've heard his name called a couple of times tonight, and not for good reasons.
Come on. There's the flag.
All right, 2nd and 20.
The Cowboys 7 flags tonight, accepted for 53 yards.
I go back to seeing the two deep safeties. It's harder to throw.
That's tipped and caught, and then lateral, because it was caught. It was caught by Giannis, the center, who then said, "I gotta get rid of this thing."
Tyler Giannis, like, what the hell am I supposed to do with this? Here you go, Dalton.
Ruling on the field is that the ball is tipped by the defense, which makes everybody eligible. So when the lineman touches it, there is no foul for a legal touch.
All right, even though they picked the flag up, it was funny to watch Giannis sit. I gotta get rid of this thing.
It's amazing he caught it, first of all, and then figured out how to juggle it over there and actually give the Cowboys a chance now. So
it's always funny to watch football players do stuff that's like completely out of their job title.
Once it's tipped, everybody becomes eligible. Rush steps up in the pocket, fires, caught.
That's CD.
To the 46. I'll tell you what, 3rd down tonight is the difference in this game. 6 out of 12. There's the family, mom and dad, and his wife. 50% on 3rd down, and Minnesota 1 out of 10.
And this drive has been exactly what we were talking about. Just allow those wide receivers and the one-on-ones with the corners backing off to come up and make those plays because they do not want to get beat deep.
250 passing yards for Rush tonight. A couple of yards here for Elliott, putting him at 49 yards on 15.
Oh my God, if we find a way to win this game.
Minnesota's such a good 3rd down defense.
Even if we don't win, what an effort by Cooper Rush, especially with mistakes on the defensive side. He's had a couple of receivers drop balls, so and I know he had a big. He's played about as well as you could ask for a backup quarterback with 0 experience who's thrown 3 passes all time to play.
Making it too easy on the bench feet.
2nd down and 8.
Whoa, there's the blind side, and what are you doing? What is Connor Williams doing? You got to fall on that.
Finishing his old team again as a pick, as a forced fumble, and Anthony Barr comes away with it. Coming off the right side offensively, and down he goes.
Blindside hit, never saw it coming, and then Connor Williams just stands there and watches it roll.
It's a nice truck. Yeah, Chevy Silverado. Check out this nice tailgate.
Multi-flex, huh?
Come on, Steph.
Mom, that's flexing again.
That's not all. You can extend the bed for longer stuff.
Still flexing.
That's right. And it becomes a workspace. You can put your laptop here. You're sending an imaginary email.
Hey, Dad, dinner!
Hey, look who stopped by Daddy's office.
Wait, you work here?
Chevy Silverado with the available multi-flex tailgate. Find new flexibility, find new roads. Chevrolet.
Gordon Ramsay. NFL teams are turning to cold with time. Will you? That will never work. If it works on NFL jerseys, it'll work for you. And it's cold. So you will turn to cold? Fine. That guy needs to chill out.
So there's something I want to ask you. The new iPhone 13 Pro is here with the most advanced iPhone camera ever. And I got it at T-Mobile.
I thought you were going to talk about forever.
This is a value that lasts forever. Because when you get the new iPhone at T-Mobile, trade-in value is locked in.
So we can always have a new iPhone?
Yes. So what do you say? Switch to T-Mobile with me?
Yes.
We're going to T-Mobile.
Watch now and upgrade every 2 years forever. Only T-Mobile.
Astros are still over the Braves 7-5 going in the bottom of the sixth. I don't know what Connor Williams was doing. Obviously, yeah. Obviously, Cooper Rush needs to be aware of the blindside hit coming, but that just comes from lack of experience. He's not being used to being in there. He doesn't really know what to look for a lot of the time. Certainly, when you do get blasted like that, at the very least, you need to hold on to the ball. But Connor Williams, you're a starter. You know better. You know better than to stand there and try to pick the ball up. Fall on it.
Former Cowboy Xavier Woods is making the Cowboys wish that they had retained him. He wanted to go back to Dallas, but you're going to see 1, 2, 3, and that means Pollard has to come over and pick up number 4, and he simply does not. He gets trapped a little bit inside, doesn't see him. There you go. Ball's out. Game change.
Yeah, Pollard missed a lot, but
Rush working the left side, just never saw it coming.
he made more of an effort to get to fall on the ball than Connor Williams did from 100 feet away, and Connor Williams was standing right on top of him.
Cousins gets chased and just throws it away, and the flag is down. That time it was Lawrence Armstrong who just came off.
We're treating quarterbacks like they're made of glass, man. I mean, what do you want the defender to do? Just stand there and let him throw it? He still had the ball.
The pocket. Turn the calling indicating. Terry, what do you think?
It's intentional grounding. He never got outside the pocket, Al, and there is nobody over there.
Forgive me, my mind automatically went to he was getting flagged. We've been getting flagged all night.
Consultation. There might be another penalty as well here.
You know, the interesting thing is because of the nature of that play, he started to his left and then went back right, but basically stayed in the pocket.
There are fouls by both teams on the play. Correction. Both fouls are against the offense. Holding. Offense, number 74. Penalties declined. Intentional grounding. Offense, number 8. 10-yard penalty and a loss of down. Second down.
Yeah, that's why you take that. Obviously, the loss of down goes with it. Here it is. There's the what they call the tackle box.
Yeah. First and 20 or second and 20?
I'm sure Cousins felt like he got out because he was moving so far that way. He said he did not. Now it is second long time.
22nd, 20.
Hey, right on the money. Second 23. Look at me.
Make it second and 23 now. As they spot the ball at the.
All right, it's go time now. Time to pin your ears back, defense. Trayvon doesn't have a pick yet. Ooh. KZ probably could have made a play on that if he knew where it was.
KZ is right there. Flag is down. And
what now?
The Vikings are already moving back. Flag is in the offensive backfield.
Hold it. Offense, number 74.
Linda Grudo, the third year man out of Elon. Here he is.
Yeah, you're going to see all the action fall at the feet of Kirk Cousins, and for a quarterback, that is just so uncomfortable. This is almost one now.
He felt the walls closing in on him.
Let's make sure we don't turn this over and get our punter out here.
They take the down, decline the penalty, so it makes it 3rd and 20, 30. Instead of it being 2nd and 30, 30. The 40-yard line goes Madison. The crowd doesn't like that call. But then again, I mean, how many plays do you have in that book for 23 yards?
That could be something we could try with Tyron Smith out, Tyron Secchi filling in for him. He's not doing as good today as he did in that one drive against New England. When Tyron was out, we scored a touchdown on that drive. And I thought Tyron Secchi did fine.
This time, Cedric Wilson is the return man. He comes up, calls for the fair catch, but
pick it up.
It's touched by the Vikings at that point.
Correct.
And Dallas will get the ball about that spot there to the 28-yard line. 9 minutes left in regulation.
Totally beat
deliciously tasty new beefy black and blue. With the 1-2 punch of blue cheese and horseradish aioli. You punch me, Jim's Jones. I punch back. I'm the blow. It's bumper to bumper out here. Yeah. Come on, don't eat the black and blue. The stuff is a blue cheese. It's a
The new BB Black and Blue for a limited time at Jimmy John's.
Oh, you're doing it wrong, man. What's wrong with action figures? Nothing, except buying them without Capital One shopping. What's that, Samuel Mr. L. Jackson? Capital One shopping instantly searches for available coupon codes and automatically applies. Just download it to your computer. Whoa, you're my hero. Yeah, I can tell. You like it? I look good in miniature. Capital One shopping is kind of genius. What's your wallet? I don't say it like that, Devin. One evening, let's go, Walter. Went down. After you. The fire was burning. Come on. Boys, I'm not turning. I'm headed for a land that's far away.
It's a multi-flex tailgate. It can be a step. It can even become a workspace. What's so great about him? They didn't have a workspace.
The Chevy Silverado with the available multi-flex tailgate. Find new adventures. Find new roads. Chevrolet.
I told you I was going to win.
With Windows 11, gaming performs to another level. And when it comes to streaming movies, we haven't really experienced any buffering. It's so cool that we'll have access to movie theater level quality pretty much anywhere. Seeing it load up that quick, I was genuinely surprised. I can't believe there's no lag. I didn't realize how bad you were until I got these really good graphics.
Don't miss the new Law and Order Thursday.
I've been doing this for over 20 years. I've never seen anything like this.
It's the fourth quarter. Not sure exactly how much time is left. I think like 10 minutes.
On NBC.
To the West Coast we go next Sunday night. The Tennessee Titans up a big win
That'll
down
be a good one.
against Indianapolis. Routed Kansas City last week against the Rams. They beat Houston today. The Rams are 7-1. Next Sunday night from Salt Lake City.
Astros still 7-5 over the Braves in the bottom of the fifth.
32-yard
Yeah, 13-13 Dallas. Fourth quarter, 9:03 to go.
Elliott cannot get around the corner that time. Dancer right there to stop him. Second down and 9, gain of 1.
Good play there by Cameron Dantzler. Whatever you want to say about anything else, that young man is very tough, and so many teams try to do exactly that. Isolate that cornerback on the edge, make him make a one-on-one tackle, and he did it beautifully there.
It's coming.
Does he have him? No. Overshot it.
You got Dancer shadowing Cooper all the way. Third down and 9. Can they convert another third down? This one a longer one. 50% they are, 60-12. Minnesota, meanwhile, they converted 1 third down on their first drive and none since. All for the last 10.
Vikings also have 2 turnovers, and the Cowboys none. Cowboys been making their living off of turnovers this year, and so far tonight,
Rush throws, drop. Lang maybe starting to look upfield. Needed about 2 more yards, and he made the catch to pick up the first, but can't. Looking away, 4th and 9.
ouch. I don't know if he saw Eric Kendricks or not, but that was a big one right there. It's been a bit of an issue, but the way he makes moves after the catch.
So that took 40.
Jarwin is terrible on blocking. Even with Zerline, we still might have won that Tampa game. I think it was one of the field goals that Zerline missed. The only reason he had to kick it is because Jarwin missed on a block that would have allowed Zeke to walk into the end zone.
34-33 Joseph. It's the 37-yard field goal in Arizona. Cousins incomplete the field in the end zone at the end of the Cleveland
Now,
game. Joseph hit a 54-yarder.
Zeke is still one-on-one with a guy who's much smaller and much less experienced than him. So still got to make that guy miss. Still should probably score, but if Jarwin gets that block, Zeke don't even have to make an effort. He literally walks in. And then Zerline doesn't have to kick it to the goal, which of course he missed. One of two that he missed.
That was gain of 8 here. Second down and 2. Michelle.
Well, when it comes to these close games, KJ Osborne told me we need to do a better job closing. We need to keep laser focused, and we need fewer penalties. And Dalvin Cook gave me some good words too. They'll have to wait.
That's one thing that's kind of elevated Dalton Schultz over Blake Jarwin is his blocking.
There's a flag down, and you've got Basham was there. The flag thrown at the end of the play. Scott Novak telling us. That's a killer.
What?
He's already in the motion at the head. Is it?
It's not like that's not.
Terry, we're all in agreement on that one. Yeah, and so is Randy Gregory. Yeah.
That's right up there with the so-called helmet to helmet earlier in the Bengals and Jets game on just how much not a flag it was.
Back the quarter down. Cousins hanging in. Throws caught. And makes the catch. Taken out of bounds by Parsons. Michelle, we've been waiting. You got to finish that up.
Well, Dalvin Cook said we've had periods coming out of halftime with not enough energy. We've been harping on that. We haven't played a complete game yet, and I'm wondering what it would look like if we did. I think it would be scary. I don't think scary is the word to use for the way it looked tonight.
Well, the 35 points a game streak is broken unless something crazy happens.
Fantastic dramatic finishers that the
Or 30 or
play
whatever
every
it
week.
was.
Second down and 1. Tie game, little over 7 to play. And this time it is put good.
When they start fighting for extra yards like that, you got to make them pay and make them think twice about trying to do it next time. Rip that ball out.
It's his 14th carry of the night.
What's interesting, Al, is that Kirk Cousins, 13 touchdown passes coming into this game. None of those in the fourth quarter, though.
I don't feel safe if we lose this game because we're there.
Winner against Carolina, but
Vikings are a good football team. They got them on the ropes. They're playing with a backup quarterback, and it ain't even like Dak started the game and got hurt. Cooper Rush started this game. Dak was never even dressed. And we're there. And just too many penalties. Cooper Rush hasn't been perfect, but he's played well enough to win this game.
And a flag down at the end on that play. But initially it's a 7-yard gain. And the Vikings are backing up.
Good. Keep backing up.
Now they're stationary. Another conference here.
Top 7-5 Astros over Braves.
Chief Justice Roberts will determine the outcome.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the defense.
take a look.
Well, he's trying to help push him forward. Then he's pulling him back. And the penalties have been killers on this drive. Obviously, field goal range.
Penalties have been killers all game. 9 penalties for 82 yards.
82 yards.
And every one of those came in a critical game situation.
He has it. Gets to about the 12-yard line. Justin Hamilton making the tackle there. It'll be second down and 9.
Yeah, here's Justin Hamilton working against Garrett Bradbury on the inside, and this is exactly
Our
what
only
we're
touchdown
talking
was
about.
that 50-something
Sometimes
yard
with
bomb
Bradbury, you
to
can
Cedric
struggle
Wilson.
with those bigger, stronger guys on the nose, and the Cowboys knew that. They wanted to force him into those plays.
4-2. 5.5 left in the fourth. Second down and 9. It's stopped at about the 7-yard line.
Come on.
And the game got action from the officials.
Are you insane?
Gregory is there for the tackle.
Or something.
Or more. McCarthy comes over and have a word with him right there.
After the runner's progress was ruled stopped, personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the defense on the 94. The distance to the goal.
All right, let's take a look here. His forward progress was definitely stopped, which means there had to be a whistle to make that play illegal, and hearing a whistle in this mess would not be easy.
Yeah, good luck. So first and goal.
Come on, Trayvon. I'm tired of playing with these guys. That's what you get, Dalvin Cook, trying to be a hero. Should have went down the first time.
Second down and goal, ball back at the 8. Under 5 to play.
They've got Gregory fired up here. Watch him shoot the gap here on the inside. Goes right through Conklin and basically destroys that play before it got started.
The game's not over. Even if the Vikings score, it's not over.
Vikings second and goal. They got into the end zone less than 4 minutes into the game and haven't gotten there since. Madison is the back. With the tight ends over the right side. Second and goal. Big toss. Flashes middle and in the flag. They had to turn around and make the grab. Madison and Kurtz takes him down right there. So back they go to the 11-yard line now. Third and goal.
Yeah, there was some action at the end of that play, too.
Let's go.
He's getting a little chippy out here.
Well, yeah, you flagged us for roughing the passer when he still had the ball in his hands when the defender was jumping at him. Yeah, we're getting frustrated. They shouldn't even have the ball right now.
Just before, but
could have been, might have been. Rory Coleman up penalties in this drive. Third and goal. Cousins. Escaping, look out from behind.
Don't you let him do it.
To the 5-yard line, Thielen makes the grab. Fashion, that time put the heat on. He who was penalized for roughing Cousins earlier in the drive, and it's 4th and goal.
How did Cousins hold on to that ball? When I saw Basham coming from behind, Basham went for the jersey. If he'd gone for the arm there, I think he would have gotten the ball out. It's one of those where you have to know where you are on the field. When you have the quarterback's blind side like that, you just go rip it down on that ball hand and try and get it out.
24-yard field goal for Greg Joseph.
Vikings have had kicker issues in the past, including this year. None there.
With 2:50.
All right, it's going to be on the offense to win it. We only have 2 timeouts. Remember earlier in the second half, we have to take a timeout to avoid a delay of game. And I said, I hope we don't need that later.
To live is to ask the big questions like, whoa, how fast was that serve? 98 miles per hour. Wow. How far was that drive?
Still the same score in World Series Game 5. 7-5 Astros over Braves, top 7.
And you're taking one here. Are you having an ECG at a birthday party? Hi. How'd you sleep? And why are you checking your blood oxygen level? Oh, there's your answer. Betty is saving big holiday shopping at Amazon. So now, she's free to become Bear Hug Betty. Settle in, kids. You'll be there a while. Ooh, where you going?
As a DJ, I know all about customization. That's why I love Liberty Mutual. They customize my car insurance, so I only pay for what I need. How about a throwback? You got it.
I'll settle for something I can dance to.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
I'll also be needing some nail polish, a bottle of champagne, and a box of chocolates. Boom, because I'm keeping it casual.
Where the hell are we?
Your mom and back. They're alive. I saw flashes. I saw my family.
Run.
How is that possible?
Vikings have the lead. That was a 69-yard drive, but of course aided by penalties. You had roughing the passer there on Basham.
It wasn't roughing the
Then you
passer.
had Gregory slinging down the center. Then Cook, forward progress, stopped Gregory right there.
That was the most BS call I've ever seen.
And a 3-point lead with 2:51. 33 yards in penalties on that drive.
I did not think the first one at all deserved to be a foul. The second one, Gregory pulling off the pile. I think Terry and I were like, okay. The third one with the forward progress being stopped. And the game of football and this kind of crowd noise, that's a...
Well, they could have called it on van direction. They didn't. The Dallas is down by 3. We're going to get the ball.
Well, we haven't led all game. So let's go get it now.
So what do you think so far about the performance of a guy who's been in the league 4 years making his first start?
Mostly good, mostly impressive. Some bad, and nobody's going to remember any of that based on what he does here in the next 2 minutes and 51 seconds.
Oh, no, not at all. Mom, dad, wife, all rising to get a better look at their man trying to rally the Cowboys. Starts with a pass. Miami's covered by Dancer like a blanket.
Yeah, but the difference being, Al, is that he had safety help that way. So he didn't have to worry about CeeDee Lamb going deep. So as long as there's 2 deep safeties, he could be aggressive as heck, which he was here because he knew his guy had his back. So you have to pay attention to what the safeties are doing as much as what the corners are.
Come on.
People like 23 has been the big guy tonight. Woods the ex-Cowboy with a pick and a forced fumble. Stacked a couple of receivers to the left side. Rush comes this way with a throw. And he's going to make the catch at the 40-yard line.
Almost slipped.
And a Barnum and Bailey over Breland. And then Smith was there. Magical.
Unbelievable. Off of Breland's chest as well. That was as good as Bionish's play earlier. Right there, Breland kind of pops it up in the air, and the Cowboys are off.
Good awareness by Amari Cooper there.
Gain
Keeping track of the football. In one situation in the game, you have to find a way to get it.
Closing about 300. Cooper to the 25.
All right, we can run the ball now.
You got the Cowboy fans yelling Cooper, and the Viking fans probably booing.
Or Skull or something.
Skull, whatever they yelling.
Tell you what, Dak loves these situations, but right now his guy is getting it done. Now, Al, I'll say this. Making plays in the red zone in the National Football League is tough. I never mind in this kind of a situation. Going for your touchdown.
Let's not forget they got Kirk Cousins over there. He's no Brady or Aaron Rodgers, but you're leaving with too much time. He can put something together.
After the final play before the 2-minute warning. We'll have 2 timeouts on the other side of it. Shoulder shake. And the pass is thrown out of bounds, and that does take us to the 2-minute warning. So already in field goal range. I mean, what were the odds tonight of Cooper Rush throwing for 301 yards against a very good Viking pass defense?
Well, we all knew that was going to happen.
Of course.
So let's take a look at some of these plays already. First, get this bit of a miracle there to Cooper. It's amazing, isn't it? How does it actually happen like that in the National Football League? But you see it all the time.
Father Matt.
Cooper's calm and collected. The family is like, oh, what the heck is going on out here?
Can you imagine it? They go to a lot of games, but all they watch is just some on the sideline.
This is just one of those lifetime moments, you know? Sure. I mean, it really is. If you're Cooper Rush, this is a lifetime moment here for the next 2 minutes.
He's outplayed Kirk Cousins.
The numbers, Kirk Cousins let him down the field on their first drive with alacrity. It didn't take very long, and then they went. They've been held out of the end zone since with 3 field goals. So the ball for 24, 2 timeouts. Prescott looks on from the sideline. Will he play next week is the question. Home against Denver.
Amari Cooper out of the game right now.
Lamb comes to the right. Under the screen. Over the middle. That's caught. And the ball is out. Noah Brown with a flag down. So a penalty right about at that spot. There's Cooper. Okay, well, he's massaging the hamstring.
I think they're trying to decide, was that a catch and a fumble? What was that exactly?
One more conference here as they go over it. We'll take another look at it.
That wasn't a catch.
Hands to the face on the defense number 22.
It don't matter because it's before the end of the play.
So it's Harrison Smith, whatever was going to be called, of no consequence after this.
Take a look at the foul here. In coverage.
Yep. Clear as day.
Blindfold trick.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
I'm not sure why we're not running the ball. We're at the 20. We got 2 timeouts.
That's caught at the 12-yard line. And that's Noah Brown making that catch.
We can afford to run the ball. We got plenty of time. We only need a field goal to tie.
Here comes Amari Cooper back in the game, but Noah Brown made some really big plays on scrambles in that New England game, so they're fine with him in there. Right now, everything's working against the Vikings. They brought the ball back, because you almost have to assume at least a field goal here.
Sack 3 receivers to the left, a pair to the right. All the way back, flag thrown. And normally when a flag is thrown in that position, it's holding on the offense. Normally. Then again, we'll wait and see. As we always do.
Holding. Offense. Number 52. 10-yard penalty.
Connor Williams.
They need to permanently replace Connor Williams with Lyle Collins and let's be done with it. He's killed us so many times with his holdings in critical situations. I understand you don't want to get your quarterback killed, so sometimes it's good to hold, but he can never hold his blocks, and he always has to resort to holding in order to prevent Dak, or in this case, Cooper, from getting his head knocked off. I'm done with it.
For sure, you don't want to take too many chances with a backup quarterback. You also want to go try to win the game.
And now you're looking at a 40-yard field goal from this spot. You also like to use the clock if you could.
All the above.
2nd and 13 to the outside of Elliott. And Elliott will be taken down to the 25-yard line.
Vikings are going to take a timeout now.
Alexander there in Minnesota takes a timeout. For a 3rd down and 16.
There you go, Coach. How much of a chance you taking right now with Cooper Rush?
Well, it's 3rd and 16. I'm not taking that much of a chance.
No, me
I think I'm playing for overtime.
Astros extended their lead 8-5. Bottom of the 7th over the Braves.
Yeah, you're definitely going to want at least a completion or a run, force another timeout to be used, but still a lot of time is going to be on that clock.
That's why I said I don't understand.
So Cooper
Especially
working with
Cooper Rush in there. Why are you not running the ball with 2 timeouts at the 20-yard line
3rd and 16 before the
with 2 minutes to go? And only needing the field goal to tie, which you're already well inside of that.
11 penalties done against Dallas, 5 against Minnesota.
The foul is to delay a game on the defense. Requesting, and we granted the timeout, so we have to penalize that as a 5-yard foul. Good down.
Well, that was interesting in many ways. Terry, explain that in detail.
So a team can't call consecutive timeouts, and officials are supposed to ignore the second one and play on. But they granted it, so that makes it a delay of game foul.
All right, so it's the right call. It's 3rd down and 11.
That'll help us out.
20-yard line. Now you're looking at a 38-yard field goal. If you don't pick up a yard on this play. Over the middle. Elliott will take it for a 1st down and goal.
Let the clock run.
Then Dallas with their 2 timeouts, and they're going to call one, we assume, right here, and they do. He's pointing to Minnesota. Minnesota going to take a timeout here? I guess. Yep.
Almost have to.
Yeah.
I don't know why Dallas would.
Goodness, what a play by Ezekiel Elliott. Had to split the 2 defenders, bounces off one tackler. This is a pure field goal. If they make that tackle, do not. And whatever you want to say about Ezekiel Elliott not having such a great year last year, game on the line, what a play by him.
Got away from Barr. Meanwhile, with the timeout taken by Minnesota, they have none. Dallas has 2 on 1st and goal at the 5.
And it's one of those bizarre situations. You obviously want to score a touchdown, but at the same time, from a defensive standpoint, it's not like you can let them score because you certainly want to hold them to a field goal.
Absolutely. The scoring with the extra point.
There's no reason whatsoever to throw this ball. And that's what we did. Okay, I can't even be mad about it.
Amari Cooper over Cameron Dantzler. 75 yards in 8 plays to take the lead.
Yeah, Mom and Dad, go ahead and celebrate. Cameron Dantzler, you knew eventually it was coming to him, and Amari Cooper, hamstring, whatever that machine was, working on him on the sideline. He comes up with a play of the night. He started this drive with that incredible juggling.
Oh my God, Vikings fans are going to get trolled so hard. Mostly by me.
To put a field goal by Minnesota.
It's 23-16 if Zerline makes his first field goal. Just something to keep in mind as we go on towards the end of this game.
51 seconds and no timeouts.
We've got Cooper to Cooper here for the go-ahead score.
What did I say in the car on the way over?
You did. You said it would happen. Oh, my goodness. I mean, you just have to admire Cooper Rush.
What a throw and what a catch.
He hasn't played forever. Mom and Dad have been coming to games. He's been sitting on the bench. He never gets in. Year after
He put that ball right where it needed to be. And then Cooper went up and got it.
The game go-ahead drive. And I tell you, Mike McCarthy had confidence in him, and it paid off.
That family was think they're dreaming right now.
Oh, my goodness.
Afraid to wake up tomorrow morning. That really happened?
And it ain't over.
No, it's not. He sold for 325 yards. Hit a grunt in the
2 touchdowns and an interception. 24 out of
4
40.
years at Central Michigan. That was the only scholarship offer he got. One. Period.
It's the day of the backup quarterback. Mike White for the Jets, incredible. Trevor Simeon for the Saints, incredible. We're seeing it again.
All right, now all we need is for our defense to not lose a game. We'll be fine.
Part of it, the up part of it, Wilson going for 73 and a touchdown. Barr knocks him down. Ball comes out. A couple of turnovers. He's overcome everything. Cooper to Cooper for the score. 51 seconds.
Looks like this game will be over before the baseball game. The 7th inning just ended.
To the outside, and that's Thielen, and he catches it. Despite the protestation of Bones Foster.
Trayvon still doesn't have an interception. Now would be a damn good time.
Stops the clock. Spot the ball at the 38.
It does get more complex. You can work the middle of the field. There's enough time to do that. You certainly can get this ball somewhere inside the 50 to at least have those Hail
5
Mary
for 14
shots.
when trailing and needs a touchdown to tie. Take the lead after getting possession.
He gets it away, but it's incomplete that time. Randy Gregory forced that issue. For Russia, that Chris, it's the second most yards the Cowboys quarterback.
Oh my God.
For his first start.
Let us fuck around and win this game, y'all. Let us fuck around and win this game.
It's like a good luck charm. The Jones family has to be going.
This team is different, man. I don't want to get ahead of myself. There's still 42 seconds. There's plenty of time for the defense to collapse, but this year just feels different. Old Cowboy teams don't go in here and win with a backup quarterback, even though we did it last year. But the false start. Back it on up. Back it on up.
Garrett Bradbury. So now they're 67 yards away. Second down and 15.
I think this game's going to end with Trayvon Diggs picking off a Hail Mary.
Cousins.
Don't let him get to the sideline. Good, good, good.
Unable to do it is Osborne. He gets tackled and bounced. Great tackle by Lewis to keep the clock rolling. Cousins trying to get him set.
There's a ball in the middle of the field, so they had to stop the clock to get that off.
And Diggs just limped off.
Oh, dear God.
Went back to the Cowboys bench. It also enabled the Cowboys to get other defenders in. Now that they stopped the clock there. Kelvin Joseph,
We're 1 for 11 on third down all game, and that was 3rd and 2.
Replaced Diggs.
Yeah, but this is not their A-level pass rush group. A little surprised they took Gregory off the field here.
3rd and 9, they're 1 for 12 on third down, and what happens here?
False start again?
Dallas just called a timeout.
Okay. Oh my God, I can't breathe right now, y'all.
I bet we get Randy Gregory back in the game now.
You would think.
I mean, that's exactly what they did. Sure is. Here they come.
He's coming back in with his pals.
Yeah,
They said they had Parsons out too. They bring him back in.
Yeah, I don't think Mike McCarthy liked that substitution. He said, no, not in this situation.
And Diggs on top of it. The good pass rushers go out. Diggs is out. So the Cowboys trying to win their 6th in a row. Here's what happened to Diggs. Another 7 right there.
Oh.
Yep. So he's on the bench for the moment. It's 3rd down and 9. Cousins floats one.
That's it.
Inbounds is Conklin. He couldn't get out of bounds.
We're going to do it. We're going to do it.
Cousins trying to get him set.
He's going to spike it. Is he going to spike it? Oh, he can't. It's 4th down. Oh, my God. Oh.
You know how the line moved in this game from the middle of the week until tonight.
think I tore my diaphragm.
That's a moment for a dad. And for life, for pop, for all of them.
Oh my God, what did we just do?
Rush.
Cooper squared, got it done tonight. I tell you, instant legend. If this team goes on to do anything this season, and they get some home playoff games.
6-1. You go back to one of the huge plays here. Instead of maybe a game time field goal and perhaps going to overtime, Elliott's run right there after the catch sets up the first and goal. The touchdown pass to Amari Cooper. And the Dallas Cowboys with the Rush family. And what a rush for these people tonight, I'm telling you. 20-16, Dallas wins it. Sunday Night Football postgame.
I was trying to not make a lot of noise because there's people sleeping on the other side of the wall. And so I had to scream. I was trying to scream with my mouth closed. I think I popped my diaphragm or something. Oh my God. Woo.
Enjoy a summer staycation every day on Earth.
Wear lots of sunblock. You have to put it where the sun don't shine. But
Weekends at 3 p.m. on NBC5.
NBC5 brings you the hottest toys of 2021. From budget-friendly fun, toys that instill positivity, and games the whole family will enjoy. Join me Thursday mornings for the holiday hits of 2021.
Oh my God, that took so much out of me. Woo. I just want to hear what Cooper Rush has to say.
My monster tacos are back. Get them 2 for $3 while you can. Only at Jack in the Box.
TXU Energy has a new kind of energy plan. It's called Freedom Rewards, and it earns you 30% in free electricity for every dollar you spend on energy charges.
World Series Game 5 is 8-5, and the top of the 8, Astros over Braves.
Continue to grow.
Almost like an energy
goodness.
savings account that grows over time.
Exactly. Use it anytime you'd like, or keep watching it grow.
That is a big deal.
TXU Energy. Easy to choose, easy to use.
Remember the wonderful aroma and flavor of family meals cooked on a backyard grill with slow marinated meat grilled to perfection over a mesquite wood fire? That's the kind of meal we make every day at Rose's Cafe. From warm flour tortillas made right before your eyes to garden fresh, zesty salsas. No matter what you love, Rose's makes every item fresh from scratch each day just for you. Dine in or drive through today for delicious comfort food, Rose's style.
What do you say? Switch to T-Mobile with me?
Yes.
Fall in love with iPhone. Powerful new iPhone on Jane Lynch. Next up.
Welcome to the Sunday Night Football postgame show. Here now, Al Michaels.
Prescott does.
Are they not going to talk to Cooper Rush?
Go figure. 20-16, the Dallas Cowboys have now reeled off 6 wins after their opening night loss at Tampa Bay to begin this season. The players of the game, guess who? Cooper Rush, 325, 2 touchdowns. Amari Cooper had 8 grabs, including the game-winning touchdown. On the other side, Micah Parsons, the rookie out of Penn State, 11 tackles. Cooper Rush down on the field with Michelle.
Cooper, on that final drive, as you saw, you had about 2:51 on the clock. What was your mindset as you drove the team down?
We prepared for those situations. Our guys been in for a while, a lot of them. So they were able to make plays. Cooper on the sideline caught a little break there. He made a play for me. So we were able to get it done.
Yeah, and he was kind of off the field and then back, dealing with a hamstring problem. When you saw him in the end zone, what went through your mind?
I couldn't tell if he caught it or not. There's traffic everywhere. I knew that they're a little high inside, and I saw him go with 2 hands. I just didn't know if he completed the process. And looked up, touchdown, hit the ball. We're good to go.
And what went through your mind when you realized you had just won the game?
As soon as it happened, finally got my first start. Waited a long time for it, and everyone stuck together, and we played hard till the end and got it done.
your parents and your wife were here. They come to a lot of games, you told us, but haven't been able to see you play. How meaningful is it to happen to see this?
It means everything. Like I said, they come every college game, high school, all the way up to now, and then they heard the news and flew right here. My brothers came too. A couple buddies made the trip. Support system is unbelievable. That's the reason I'm here.
He did settle down.
Congratulations on the win, Cooper.
Thank you very much.
Even recovers his own fumble with the headset. What a night for Cooper Rush and the Dallas Cowboys. NBC's new hit show La Brea, streaming now on Peacock. Catch up on every episode before a new one airs Tuesday on NBC. For more NFL coverage, you can catch Pro Football Talk tomorrow at 7 a.m. Coverage continues from Minneapolis right now, with Sunday Night Football Final streaming only on Peacock. And for those of you staying with us, look ahead to next week's Titans-Rams matchup.
All right, y'all. I'm going to get out of here and get ready to do my post game. Woo! Cooper Rush. I've been saying it all year since the Bucs game. This team is built different. All right. Peace.
Not really. It was time for that.